swing and taken on 3-2. Cooper swings and lights it up the middle into center field. It's a base hit. Here comes Barnum trying to score from third. Play at the plate. He slides. He is safe. Gio swings, lifts the ball, left field, pretty deep. Back it goes. There goes Alvarez. Ball is missed high. Cardenas has thrown the tag. Got it. Here's the payoff. Swung on and belted deep to left field. That ball's out of hand for Xander Clark. Cheers, fires, and Carson swings and sends it softly into right field for a base hit. Portland's going to take the lead. Here comes one away. The pitch. Swung on in through the left side, a base hit. Diaz rounds third. He's going to run through a stop sign. He slides. Save! Save! Pickles win! Pickles win! Swing and a drive right center field. It will fall for a base hit. Morrison loses balance. McKinney comes home with the winning run. Sam Nowitzki, a walk-off single, wins it for the Pickles in the bottom of the ninth.
Over the mound and to the front side of the mound, fires in the first pitch. It is right down the pipe, no question. That is a surefire strike. See what I did there? Fire coming out of the bagpipes. But the pitch was in the dirt. What a great promotion. I love Portland. Portland is weird. I love keeping Portland weird, and the bagpipe unipiper specialist fits into that. All right, with the pomp and circumstance complete, we are currently resting 11 minutes past scheduled first pitch. Right on time. Michael Frias will take the mound for the Pickles as he gets ready to take on the Walla Sweets lineup, penciled in by Frankie Mutes. Walla took 2 out of 3 from Portland when these two teams last met at Borleski Stadium in Southeast Washington a couple of weekends ago. It was a hotly contested battle, one that Portland does not remember fondly, despite getting a victory. The lone victory the Pickles did get in that weekend series was when they faced tonight's starting pitcher for Walla, Zach Penrod, who has excellent numbers, and he's going to the All-Star game. He's a two-way player. He's also an exceptional hitter from Northwest Nazarene College. He also spent some time at Corbin College as well, previous to Northwest Nazarene. But he, again, will be on the hill tonight when Portland comes up in the bottom half of the first inning. Pickles looking to get the home season of the second half started the way that they ended the first half. 12-2 here at Walker Stadium in the season's first half with a 12-game win streak in there. Michael Frias will take the mound. He hails from UC Irvine, as does tonight's leadoff hitter, Ryan Johnston. It's an all-anteater battle as we begin here at Walker Stadium. Michael Frias kicks and fires, and it's in there for strike one, and we're underway. 7:17 p.m. on a beautiful sunny afternoon and early evening now here at the ballpark. 77 degrees at first pitch. Here is the 0-1 from Michael Frias, and that one will run inside to Johnston, and the count now evened up at a ball and a strike. Johnston, one of the veterans out in the outfield for the Sweets. He's also got some experience on the mound as well. Here is the 1-1 offer, and that is over for strike 2. 1-2. Looked like a changeup from here. Although, with all things considered, we're dealing with the same shadows here in mid-July that we were at the end of June and earlier in this month. As the shadows right just past the mound, they'll creep over. The 1-2 pitch is at the knees on the corner for a called strike 3, and Ryan Johnston is down looking, one away. Well, the Pickles placed 6 on the All-Star team, 3 position players and 3 pitchers. Brad McVeigh and Michael Newstrom among them, Connor Pellerin as well, and 3 position players, all of whom are starting in the field tonight, with Gio Diaz at shortstop, Joey Cooper in center, and Xander Clark in right field. First pitch comes into Danny Sinatro. He is a left-handed hitter, and Danny takes in there for strike 1, so Michael Frias has started 0-1 to each of his first 2 batters faced. He kicks and fires. That is a wicked bender, but called ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Frias looking for a bounce-back appearance of sorts. Here is the 1-1 from him here. That is called ball 2, 2-1 the count. Not that he had a catastrophic last outing, but he did allow a few hits and a couple of runs on July 4th against Cowlitz, which ultimately ended a 10-2 Portland victory. The 2-1 pitch is a check swing that is left on the outside corner for a called strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Michael Frias has yet to factor into a decision this year. His ERA is 5.62. The 2-2 offer is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Frias 2 up, 2 down with a couple of strikeouts here in game 1. And here comes Nick Nyquist. Nick in his 3rd summer with the Walla Sweets, and he has just about every record for this Summer Collegiate Woodbat Club. Coming into tonight, I'm hearing that he is just 2 hits shy of tying the all-time franchise mark for hits. And the first pitch to him here is a ball low and away, 1-0. 2 hits away from tying the all-time franchise mark, 3 hits from setting his own mark, which will be imminent, perhaps in this series. Here is the 1-0 to him from Frias. That's in the dirt, and the count 2-0. Now Nyquist going to Gonzaga. He continues to have an expanded role with each passing year with the Bulldogs, and he has seen their success grow. Here's the pitch to him, and he swings and wraps this one foul for strike 1, 2 balls and 1 strike. Frias, when he faced Cowlitz on Wednesday, he went 3 innings. He allowed 1 earned run on 3 hits, and he struck out 4 of the 12 batters he faced. Here's his 2-1 pitch, and that is swung on and missed under the hands for strike 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Both pitchers showing exceptional control in the stat book. Frias just has 1 walk in 39 batters faced this year. And he's ready with a 2-2. He kicks and he fires, and that is outside for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Good take from Nyquist. Nyquist, one of 4 Walla Sweets that will head to the All-Star game in 1 week from today. Here is the 3-2 from Frias, and it misses outside for ball 4. It is just the 2nd walk allowed by Michael Frias all year in 42 batters faced. Might have to apply the broadcaster's jinx to that one. My apologies to Michael Frias. Brought that one out at the wrong time. It will continue the inning for one of the hottest hitters in the league in Cesar Lopez. He's playing right field tonight. When we last saw Walla, was it 3 weekends ago now? Lopez was hitting in the bottom of the order, and he first pitch swings here and sends a fly ball to left field in the vicinity of Jake Berry. He's got it the whole way, and Lopez... walked 5. He'll deal with Carson Rashears, and Penrod's first delivery into Carson is called strike on the inside corner. 0-1 the count to Rashears. Carson, a left-handed hitter. He'll be followed by Gio Diaz, the shortstop tonight, and the Keystone combination leads things off for the Pickles. Rashears waves and fouls at the plate, the 0-1, and the count now 0-2. It's the first of a 6-game league homestand, 7 overall if you include the Gresham showdown that we'll have later in the week. 0-2 from Penrod. Here it is. That misses down and away with some off speed. 1-2 the count now. Zach from the windup, and he kicks and delivers. Carson takes again outside, and the count now is evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brashears found himself out of the lineup down the stretch of the season's first half, with Mikey Perez heating up and playing a lot of shortstop. Here's the 2-2, and Brashears takes the curveball and sends it right back where it came from. A line drive into center field. And starting 0-2 in the count, Carson evened the count at 2-2 and slaps a leadoff single for Portland. And it's the first base runner for the Pickles and first base hit. Nicely done by Brashears. And that will bring up Gio Diaz. Wow, what a season that Gio has had this year. He has done exceptionally well, and he's been just consistent offense and, how the coaching staff describes it, quiet leadership. And he's hitting out of the 2-hole now, which he did over the weekend in Kelowna as well. First offer from Penrod is swung on and slashed foul right side in the air and out of play into a tree down there. Another great crowd on hand for this one. The right field berm, the left field berm, already filled up. Maybe room for just a few more down there. We'll see what Diaz has in store here on 0-1. First, a snap throw over to first by Penrod to check on Brashears. Carson back safely. Carson has 2 stolen bases in 3 attempts this year. The shade is now halfway between the mound and the plate. 0-1 to Diaz. He takes a called strike 2 at the knees. And the count now 0-2 to Gio, hitting .324. He led the league in batting average for the majority of the season's first half. He has cooled down a bit, but remained productive. And it's an all-star battle here. The 0-2 from Penrod misses high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Penrod going to the all-star game, a 2-way player. Diaz also headed there himself, along with the man on deck, Xander Clark. And the man hitting 5th, Joey Cooper. Runner on first, no outs, no score, bottom of the first. And a 1-2 count to Diaz. Penrod comes into him, and it's swung on and lifted in the air to left field, but pretty shallow. Coming in to make a play on it is Johnston, and he makes the catch for out number 1. So Brashears retreats to first. Diaz flies to left, and there's 1 gone for Xander Clark.
Here's your right fielder, number 24, back for his 3rd year as a Portland Pickle.
And Xander will step in, hoping to continue his momentum from the first half of the season. He has been on fire. .394 average for Xander. And 28 base hits, nearly half of those have gone for extra bases. He has 13 extra base hits. And it's a left-on right matchup and a changeup to Clark on the first pitch of the at-bat, and he waves at it and misses for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Clark has gone yards 7 times on the season. That is just 1 tick behind Trent Tingelstad, who we just saw in Kelowna this past weekend. He has 8. And the 0-1 to Clark is taken for strike 2 from Penrod, who's quickly ahead of the big right-handed hitter Clark. 0-2 the count, with Brashears on at first base. Mikey Perez, the soon-to-be freshman at UCLA, is the cleanup hitter and designated hitter tonight for the Pickles. Clark awaits the 0-2 from Penrod. He looks at first and now fires, and it's swung on and missed. A fastball low and away, and Clark wasn't able to see anything well from Penrod in that at-bat. Zach a couple of off-speed to get out in front and then put him away with a fastball off the outside, and Xander couldn't get it. So 2 outs in the inning. And that will bring up Mikey Perez. Perez now hitting .224 on the season. 5 doubles and 2 home runs. An extra base hit here could put Brashears across, and the first pitch to Mikey, he swings and gets way underneath it. It's threatening to go out of play, and it's near the dugout, and reaching over is Nick Nyquist to steal that foul ball near the Pickles dugout, and it ends the inning. Great play by Nick Nyquist to end Portland's first. On to the second, no score here from Walker Stadium. You're listening to Portland Pickles Baseball on AM 860, The Answer. No score as we move to the top of the second, and a first pitch swinging is Jordan Hovey, the third baseman, and he grounds one through the 4-hole past a diving attempt of Carson Brashears into right field, and there is a leadoff base runner via the form of Jordan Hovey with a single to right. And that will bring up the shortstop Jack Philby, soon to be teammates of a couple of Portland Pickle starters tonight, Mikey Perez and Noah Cardenas. Philby going to UCLA, and the first pitch to Philby here is ball down low, 1-0 the count. Philby, another left-handed hitter against the righty Frias. That's 3 consecutive left-handed hitters in the lineup against Michael. Just wrapped up his first year at UC Irvine, and the 1-0, first a move over to first. That's where Jace McKinney is. Jace McKinney playing first base tonight. Carson Brashears playing second. And Daniel Lopez playing third with Gio Diaz at shortstop. Jake Berry gets the start in left field tonight. And Joey Cooper is in center and Xander Clark in right. Here is the 1-0 pitch. That misses outside, and the count now 2-0. Noah Cardenas behind the plate, and Michael Frias on the bump tonight. Runner at first and nobody out, and a 2-0 count coming to one of the better hitters in the Sweets lineup. Frias another move over to first, that one with some zip. And Hovey is back with a dive. Philby a .283 hitter this year, and he awaits the 2-0 offer from Frias, but instead another move to first. Hovey's got some speed. He has 10 steals and 11 attempts, and he's running here, and it's a ground ball through the right side into right field for a base hit. Wow, how about that? So after 3 moves to first base, Hovey running anyway on 2-0 with the hit and run on, and it ends up resulting in a single to right by Jack Philby, nearly a carbon copy of Hovey's base hit, and Walla Walla is in business. Runners at first and third here with nobody out. 7, 8, 9 coming up here with runners on the corners and nobody out. Quick little conference for Michael Frias and Noah Cardenas. And it's the catcher Robbie Teal, a .245 hitter. He has a double and 2 home runs this season. And he's a right-handed hitter with the right-handed throwing Frias. Michael pauses and fires, and that misses way outside for ball 1. Frias did not play this past spring with UC Irvine. Pretty good year for the Anteaters, 32 and 24 overall. They finished third in the Big West Conference this year. The 1-0 pitch, that misses away for ball 2, 2-0 the count, and now Frias is behind 2-0 to a second straight hitter. Philby hit the 2-0 pitch through the right side on the ground. He's on at first base. Jordan Hovey, the runner at third. Robbie Teal at the plate. Nobody out. Frias needs a strike here. He fires the 2-0. It's a called strike on the outside corner. Close pitch, and Frias gets it. And the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Teal does have 13 runs batted in this year. He has 15 strikeouts. Frias, there goes Philby, and it's a 31 move, and they've got Philby in a pickle between first and second, and they will tag him out at first base. Excellently done on the 1-6-3 pickoff. And Philby is out, and he's off the base paths, and meanwhile, Hovey has nowhere to go off of third base. So Portland gets an out and takes a base runner off the board here in the top of the second inning. 2-1 is the count to Robbie Teal. Here's the pitch. Swung on in line to right center field. That's getting down for a base hit. Cut off in the gap by Joey Cooper, and the visitors take the lead. 1-0 on an RBI single by Robbie Teal.
Here's the designated hitter from Northwest Nazarene University, number 30, Zach Penrod.
So 3 straight hits off of Michael Frias here to open the inning. One of them did result in a caught stealing or a pickoff. And so there is 1 out, but the Sweets have taken a 1-0 lead. In steps in the big left-handed hitter, Zach Penrod. And Frias pauses at the belt and deals to Penrod, strike 1, 0-1 the count. There are a couple of Sweets that also are from UC Irvine, just like Michael Frias. He already faced one of them tonight, the leadoff hitter, Ryan Johnston. The 0-1 to Penrod. He turns to bunt and tries to drag it up the third baseline. Penrod does have speed. He did that before back in the first series between these two teams, but that one goes foul. And now Zach is behind in the count 0-2. Frias is from Irvine, California, stands 6 foot and 182 pounds. And the right-hander trying to minimize the damage here, try to get a ground ball hit at somebody. The 0-2 pitch to Penrod runs a little high and tight for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Frias went to Servite High School in Anaheim. The 1-2 now. Down low for ball 2, and the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Servite playing in the Trinity League. And while there, Frias, his senior year, first team All-League. He had an ERA of 1.58 as a senior. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's swung on and lifted in the air to center. Going back is Joey Cooper. He is at the wall, and Joey will make the catch right in front of the Columbia Bank sign in right center field. Penrod gave it a ride, but ultimately Cooper hauled it in. It's just about as far as you can hit a ball without it going off the wall or going out. But it's hauled in by Cooper. Frias exhales, and it's the second out of the inning. So 2 down and a runner on at first base. It's the number 9 hitter in the lineup now, Tyler Pritchard, second baseman. And left-handed hitter, a lot of lefties for Frankie Mutes in his lineup. 6 of his 9 starters are left-handed hitters. And Frias delivers the first pitch into Noah Cardenas, a fastball that misses high and away. And the count 1-0. Frias on 1-0, fires. That one misses low. Michael having a tough time locating the zone tonight. And the count now 2 balls and no strikes. Pritchard, a .220 hitter. Just 1 extra base hit this year, and it was a double. 13 hits overall on the season. Frias turns over to first base, and back standing up is Robbie Teal. He has the lone RBI of this game, a single to right center field. That scored Jordan Hovey. Here is the 2-0 offer. It's swung on and grounded inside the bag at first. It's a fair ball down the right field line. Rounding second and going to third and holding there is Robbie Teal. Xander Clark up with the ball in the corner and firing it into Jace McKinney. And McKinney is saying that that ball went foul. I got to be honest, from up here it looked like a fair ball inside the bag. And Justin Barkis is going to come out at least to have a discussion with the home plate umpire. Upon first blush, I thought that that ball stayed fair inside the first base line, but it's close. Yeah, at the very least, it's inconclusive, and so that's going to be a double. And boy, how about that? That is the second extra base hit for Tyler Pritchard this year, and second double as well. I got to stop bringing up stats. It's the second broadcaster's jinx tonight. And for Michael Frias, it's been a tough go here early. 1 run already in, and he's about to turn the lineup over and see Ryan Johnston, his college teammate, for a second time in the game, with runners at second and third and 2 outs. Teal is on at third base, and now Pritchard on at second. Zach Miller, the pitching coach, coming out to talk to Michael Frias. It's the first of a 3-game series with Walla Walla. We'll do it again tomorrow at 7:05. Thursday, same thing. And then we will welcome the Kelowna Falcons to Walker Stadium for a 3-game set starting Friday. Pickle Fest this weekend. I can hardly wait. So many requests for that. Is that a one-day thing? Is that Saturday? Yeah, it's Saturday. Come on out to the park for that. Pickle Fest, there's nothing like it. All right, here's Johnston facing Frias out of the stretch. First pitch, fastball rides high for ball 1, 1-0. Johnston struck out looking. His first time facing Michael. Johnston hitting .266 this year. Here is the 1-0 delivery, and he hits this one in the air to shallow right. It's more toward the infield. Carson Brashear's coming over. He sees it. He makes the catch for the infield pop-up, and the inning is over. 4 base hits, 2 runners stranded, and ultimately just the 1 run, helped out by the pickoff between first and second of Jack Philby. On to the bottom of the second. Walla Walla leads Portland 1-0. Nothing sweets have soured the pickles so far as we move to the bottom of the second. Still early in this one. Joe Danubi here with you on AM 860 The Answer, and of course via the Facebook Live. Joey Cooper will step in to lead things off here in the home half of the second, with Portland trailing 1-0. Walla Walla just put a run on the board in the second off Michael Frias. 4 base hits in the inning, including 3 in a row to start the frame, but one of them was picked off the base paths as Jack Philby was picked off between first and second base for the first out, and then ultimately there was a fly out to deep center and a pop out to second base to end the frame, but Robbie Teal, the catcher, with an RBI single to put Walla Walla in front. Left-on-left matchup here for Zach Penrod against Joey Cooper, and the big lefty winds, kicks, and fires. Strike 1 to Joey. 0-1 the count. Coop the loop. He is one of the 6 All-Stars that Portland is sending to Port Angeles. Here's the 0-1 to him, and he swings and sends this one foul for strike 2. 0-2 the count. Very pleasant evening in terms of weather. Sun starting to go down. The entire infield, save a patch in foul territory on third base, is covered in shade. Pitch, and Cooper turns around this one, and it just continues to curve into foul territory by about 6 feet or so. And the count remains 0-2. Here's the 0-2 to Cooper. That one misses outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Feel like we're debuting some new sound effects this second half of the season. Coming from all over the place. That wasn't over the public address system, though. Feels like it was right behind me. Here is the 1-2 to Cooper, and he swings and gets a piece. Gets a piece to stay alive at a ball and 2 strikes. Joey 4th on the team in average, hitting .319 on the year. 6 bombs. 2 triples. And 7 two-baggers. And he awaits a 1-2 from Zach Penrod. Here it is, and it's swung on and missed. Strike 3. Penrod picks up the strikeout, his second of the night. And that will bring up Daniel Lopez, the third baseman.
Number 15, give it up for Daniel Lopez.
Lopez hitting .230 on the season. A couple of extra base hits for him, a double and a homer. 6 RBI. Hitting with 1 out and nobody on against Zach Penrod here. And the all-star left-hander kicks and fires into Lopez, and he swings and lifts it in the air on the first pitch. Shallow down the third baseline, I should say, and that's where Jordan Hovey is, and he makes the out. So 1 pitch, 1 out, and infield pop-up for Lopez. And that will bring up the left fielder, Jake Berry, getting the start tonight.
Utah Valley University, here's the left fielder, number 31, Jake Berry.
And here's the first offer into Berry from Penrod with 2 out, bases empty, and a misses for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Penrod's 1-0 pitch is taken in the dirt, skips away for ball 2. 2-0, a little rock skipper. In memoriam, John Beller. Much love. Count 2-0. Well, Jake has warranted some extra playing time after one of the best individual performances of the first half of the season that we saw in Corvallis a couple of weeks ago. And the 2-0 pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1, 2-1. Where he had a base hit in each of his first 4 trips to the plate, finished 4 for 5 on the night, and fell 1 home run shy of the cycle. Here's the 2-1 to Jake. He swings and sends this one in the air, but foul behind us and out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hitting .300 right on the nose, 12 hits and 40 ABs. Jake, half of his hits have gone for extra bases this year. The 2-2 to him here is a curveball that just misses for ball 3. And the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the Utah Valley outfielder playing left field tonight for Portland. 2 out, bases empty. Penrod, hoping not to concede a 2-out base runner, is ready with the payoff. He kicks and he fires, and that runs down in a low for ball 4. Jake Berry earns the 2-out walk. Second base runner of the night for the Pickles. Carson Brashears led the game off with a single to center, and now Berry is a 2-out walk here with 2 outs in the first, and that will bring up Noah Cardenas. Noah hitting .205 this year, but has 8 RBI, and he's really maximized his opportunities at the plate as of late. And the first offer to Noah is swung on and lifted in the air to pretty deep right center field. It's back now. It's dropping in, and it's going to be caught by Danny Sinatro in right center, ending the inning. So Cardenas sends it for a ride, but ultimately it falls short. On to the third here from Walker Stadium. It's the Sweets 1 and the Pickles nothing. You're listening to Portland. Another right-hander to come in later in the game in Leo Nierenberg, so it will not caused much trouble for the game plan of Frankie Mutes, stacking 6 left-handed hitters in his starting lineup. 0-1 the count to Sinatro, and the pitch runs inside and actually hits Sinatro. Danny did not react initially, and that is ultimately called a hit by pitch. So Sinatro is on base, and he can be dangerous out there. He has 10 stolen bases in 13 attempts. 10 steals, tied with Jordan Hovey for most on the club. So speed on the base paths ahead of Nick Nyquist here in the visitors' third. And the stretch here from Frias into Nyquist. His first pitch swinging and missing for strike one. 0-1 the count. Nyquist walked his first time. Ultimately was stranded in the first. Sinatro getting the stretch off of first. Here's the pitch, and it misses down low. And the count even at a ball and a strike to Nick Nyquist, hitting .317 on the year. Just been named to his 3rd consecutive All-Star game in the West Coast League. 1-1, Sinatro gets a lead. The stretch and the pitch, and Nyquist swings and lifts a fly ball to left field. It's got some carry, and Barry is not going to get this ball. Nick Nyquist, a 2-run home run off of Michael Frias, has now made this a 3-0 lead for the Swedes here in the top of the third. Nick Nyquist gets into that one. It's RBIs 10 and 11 for him on the year, his 2nd home run of the season. And it now makes it 3-0. Walla Walla clears the base paths, also scores Danny Sinatro. So tough outing so far for Michael Frias, and Michael now having to deal with Cesar Lopez with no outs and nobody on base, and he misses low for ball 1. Lopez swung at the first pitch that he saw in his first at-bat and flew out to left field. He asks for time ahead of the 1-0 delivery from Frias, and it is granted as Michael finishes his delivery. Count 1-0. Here's the stretch and the pitch, and Frias misses high and away. Looks like he's pitching with some anger here. And the count 2-0 to Cesar Lopez. Still nobody out. Here's the pitch, and it's swung on and grounded over to second base. Takes a weird hop on Brashears, but he gloves and underhands to McKinney for the out. Tricky play for Carson, but nothing he can't handle. And it's the first out of the inning. And that will bring up Jordan Hovey, the number 5 hitter. He singled and scored the lone run back in the second. Well, we will see a couple of all-star pitchers start consecutively for Portland coming up this series. Brad McVeigh tomorrow night and Michael Newstrom on Thursday night. Here's the pitch to Hovey. He turns to bunt and fouls down the third base line, 0-1. McVeigh now leading the league in ERA, 0.35, and he will get the ball to start in Game 2 tomorrow. Michael Newstrom, one of the top strikeout artists, at least in terms of statistics this year. He'll get the ball in Game 3. Here's the pitch from Frias. Runs high and tight and ultimately hits another batter, Jordan Hovey. Let's pause for station identification. You're listening to Portland Pickles Baseball on AM 860. The Answer. Well, it's the second hit batsman of the inning, and again, it's to a player with a lot of speed in Hovey. 10 steals on the year for him. And first pitch, taking strike one, is Jack Philby on the outside. Jack singled through the right side his first time against Frias. Ultimately was picked off. Frias comes set on 0-1, and he comes to the plate, and that runs inside the count even at a ball and a strike. 5 hits now for Walla early in the game, just 1 for Portland. And it's 3-0 Sweets on the scoreboard. We're in the top of the third, 1 out, runner at first base. Michael Frias trying to grind out this inning. And the 1-1, there goes the runner, and this one softly rolled to Brashears again. Carson underhands and throws over to first base in time for out number 2. And moving from first to second with ease, moving with the pitch, is Jordan Hovey. 2 outs in the inning. But for Frias, some encouragement. He's induced weak contact to second base now on a couple of occasions. Sandwiching a hit batsman. He's hit 2 in the inning. And that will bring up Robbie Teal. He had an RBI single that scored Jordan Hovey in the top of the second inning. And now he's got another RBI opportunity here with 2 outs in the third. And the first pitch from Frias is grounded to third base. Lopez forehands, and he straightens up and throws to first in time for the out. And the inning is over, but a 2-run home run by Nick Nyquist, his second home run of the year, makes it a 3-0 lead for the visiting team. Bottom of the third coming up. Well, it's been a solid outing so far for Zach Penrod. 29 pitches for him. And here we are in the bottom of the third inning. Portland now on the comeback trail at home. A pretty unfamiliar position for them. At least through the season's first half, the Pickles did a lot of playing from in front, as evidenced by their run differential here at the home ballpark. It was amazing. 9-1-2 coming up for the Pickles. It begins with Jace McKinney, whose first pitch swinging and sending foul down the left side and out of play. 0-1 the count. Yeah, the Pickles were really, really good in the first half of the season here at home. 12-2. Their win-loss record. Here's the 0-1, and that is a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Pickles outscored their opponent 93-31 here at the Walk. Run differential of plus 62. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and Jay swings and grounds it up the middle, sneaking through into center field. That's a base hit, and it's a leadoff single here in the bottom of the third off Zach Penrod. So Jace continues to produce at the bottom of the lineup the way that he's been doing all summer long. And it turns it over for Carson Brashears. Really presents a lot of options for Portland offensively when you have the lineup constructed like so, with Brashears in the leadoff spot. You know he's got a capable bat. And now Gio Diaz, one of your best hitters, if not your best hitter, hitting in the 2 spot with a chance to hit with runners on. And here's the first pitch. It runs high and tight to Brashears with a fastball from Penrod for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Brashears 1 for 1. He was down in the count 0-2 in his first at-bat with Penrod, then battled back to make it 2-2 and singled to center field. Here's the 1-0 on its way. That also misses for ball 2. 2-0. Jace McKinney on consecutive pitches, getting a lead off first base and trying to get in the vision of Penrod with a couple of bluffed moves, some pronounced bluffs by McKinney, and whether or not they affected the pitch, they were both outside the zone. So we'll see if Jace does it again here. Takes a big lead this time. The pitch on 2-0 is ball 3, and Carson well ahead in this at-bat. 3 balls and no strikes. 3-0 Walla Walla. Portland trying to mount a rally here in the home half of the third. And the left-hander Penrod on 3-0 to Brashears. Here it is, and that's in the dirt. A 4-pitch walk. Don't see much of that out of Zach Penrod, someone that's only conceded 5 walks all year before this game. But he allows a single and a walk here. Down to second base goes Jace McKinney, and there's first and second with nobody out for Gio Diaz. For the Pickles, this has generally been a push the runners over situation. At least that's how they played in the first half. And we'll see what Diaz does here with first and second, nobody out. He does have 6 sacrifice hits on the year, and first time is called by Penrod. He steps off. But Gio climbs in with a .324 average. The left-hander Penrod sets. Gio not bunting yet. Now he does, and the pitch, and it's bunted, foul at the plate. 0-1. Gio 6 sacrifice bunts this year. That continues to lead the team. Portland has 24 on the season. McKinney taking his lead off of second right now. He's second on the squad with sacrifices with 5. First and second, nobody out. Diaz now 0-1. He turns to bunt early this time. Penrod sets. He looks at McKinney. He kicks and he fires. And Diaz gets it down nicely. Penrod gloves, turns, throws to first, and it's just in time to get Diaz by a step. Sacrifice successful. 1-4 with the second baseman Pritchard covering the bag. And McKinney down to third base. And Brashears over to second for Xander Clark.
San Diego, here's your right fielder. You know what I'm talking about. Number 24, Xander Clark.
Well, it's time for a big hit from Xander. He has shown up for the moment so many times this year. Hitting .394 with 7 home runs, 26 runs batted in just 18 games played coming into today. Here's the first pitch to him, and he swings and lines one softly into left field. That's a base hit. It's on the left fielder Johnston in a hurry, so stopping in third is Brashears. But Jace McKinney scores. The home team is on the board. Chairs are being raised, and it's now a 3-1 ball game. So Xander Clark not wasting any time. It was an off-speed pitch, and he lines it softly over Philby at short. And it is RBI number 27 for Xander Clark. Scoring Jace McKinney. McKinney now with 13 runs scored on the year. Runners on the corners, 1 out. And here's the cleanup hitter, Mikey Perez. The stretch from Penrod and the pitch. Mikey takes inside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Mikey 0 for 1. He popped to third base on the first pitch he saw last time. Mikey went 2 for 7 in the series at Kelowna. He had 4 knocks in the home series with Cowlitz before that. 1-0 the count to him. Here it is. And he swings and misses. Bluff snap throw to first. Count even up at a ball and a strike. Mikey had a so good series opener with Cowlitz a week ago. 4 for 5 that night with a couple of doubles and 3 runs scored. Trying to produce here. Brashears at third and Clark at first. And the 1-1 count, here it is. Swing and a soft liner down first base, but it's slicing foul and out of play. Fan wearing a striped polo shirt and a red collar reaches up for it. Credit card vertical over there. And caused him to miss that ball. But it's all in the trying, sir. It's all in the trying. Good job. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the hitter, Perez. Portland has 1 run across in the frame. Here's the kick and the pitch, and it's down and in for ball 2. Count even 2-2 to Mikey. From Cerritos, California, and Gar High School. Perez, what a year. What an addition, especially defensively. He is so smooth and has an absolute rocket arm at short. 2 balls, 2 strikes to him. First and third, 1 out. And the stretch and the pitch. And Mike swings and lifts a fly ball to right field. Cesar Lopez coming in. He makes the catch. Tagging from third, Brashears. He forces a throw into the plate that's cut off by Nick Nyquist. And no runners will advance. Lopez making the play in shallow right field. Just not enough on that fly ball from Perez to do much with. And it's out number 2 in the inning. And it will be up to Joey Cooper to try to make something happen this at-bat.
Joey Cooper.
2 outs, 2 on for Portland here, trailing 3-1 with Joey Cooper striding in. Joey struck out in his first time seeing Penrod. This is certainly the most traffic Penrod's had to navigate in the game. The stretch from Zach, and he delivers, and Cooper takes ball 1, 1-0. Cooper with some pop that might be surprising to some people given his slight frame, but he's got a pretty vicious swing through the zone. He is second on the team in slugging percentage at .628. Move to first. You could see that one coming from Penrod. Not much of a bluff to it. You have Xander Clark that is slugging .775. That is okay. Joey Cooper slugging .628. Exceptional. 2 outs, runners on the corners. Clark bluffs, Penrod delivers, and that misses for ball 2. It's a fastball that missed around the letters and could have been called inside as well. 2-0 the count. Brashears walked on 4 pitches, and he's over at third base. Xander Clark had an RBI single that scored Jace McKinney. He is on at first base. 2-0 from Penrod. He kicks and fires, and Cooper takes, and that's the first strike of the at-bat, and now 2 balls and 1 strike with Daniel Lopez on deck. Portland going to the playoffs, of course. Champions of the South Division in the first half. Clinched on July 4th. The 2-1. There goes Clark. It's taken high. The throw down to second is in the dirt and gets into center field. Scoring Carson Brashears. Xander Clark intentionally trying to get caught in a pickle. And ultimately, it's a pickle run. Aaron throw into center field. It's going to cost Robbie Teal and the Sweets. And it pushes an unearned run across for Zach Penrod. 3-2 ball game now for Portland. And the tying run is now in scoring position. The pitch missed, and the count now 3-1 to Joey Cooper. Penrod has been snake bit by unearned runs all season. And he looks to second. And now he fires the 3-1. And Cooper swings and lifts a fly ball that's well foul behind us out of play. And the count now goes full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Penrod has allowed 7 runs coming into the game, but just 2 of the 7 were earned. And so Walla defensively been shoddy behind Penrod this year. Of course, Zach has made a couple of errors defensively on the mound as well. 3-2 to Cooper. Here it is, and it's a curveball that misses inside for ball 4. Another walk from Penrod, very uncharacteristic of him, given his season stat totals, and the inning will not end. It brings up Daniel Lopez.
He's a pickle in the summer. He is your third baseman, number 15, Daniel Lopez.
2 runs have scored, but Portland's going to need a big 2-out hit if they want to even up this game here in the bottom of the 3rd. Currently 3-2. Walla Walla in front, but it was 3-0 entering the frame. Clark on at second and Cooper at first. Here is Daniel Lopez now hitting. And Penrod out of the stretch. Some action at second base, and now he finally comes home, and there is no way he was completely focused for that pitch after watching the action between Philby and Clark at second base, and that pitch missed easily. 1-0 the count. And Jordan Hovey coming in from third base to quickly talk to his left-hander, saying, don't worry about the base runners. Just get yourself a ground ball. We'll get you out of this. He also may have asked him about pizza. You never know. These are just kids. 1-0. Here's the pitch from Penrod. That misses way outside. Maybe he should have asked him about pizza. Count now 2-0. I should not have brought up pizza because now I am hungry. Barbecue chicken pizza, Mike. Oh, man, nothing like it. 2-0 the count. Clark gets a lead off of second and Cooper off of first. Hitters count for Lopez. Penrod sets and fires. Daniel takes at the knees. And the count now 2-1. Jake Berry on deck. Should the inning continue, he will stride to the plate. Lopez hitting .230, entering the night. He's 0 for 1. Penrod digs deep into his glove on 2-1. He looks to second. He kicks and fires. Lopez takes low for ball 3, and Penrod starting to lose the zone a little bit here. We mentioned his strikeout to walk ratio was pretty exceptional coming into the night. 26 strikeouts and just 5 walks in 19 innings pitched, but he's been errant this inning. 3-1 the count to Lopez. Chance to do damage for Daniel. A look to second and the pitch, and it's swung on and lifted but shallow. Behind shortstop, out goes Philby. He calls everyone off, and Jack makes the catch. Lopez pops to the infield for a second time tonight, and the inning is over. But 2 more runs score for Portland on a couple of base hits and a Walla Walla error. We're through 3. Sweets 3. Well, they call him Cool Fade Leo, and Leo Nierenberg is on the hill for the Portland Pickles. Michael Frias went 3 innings. And let's check out the totals on Mike. He went 3 innings, allowing 5 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned, and he walked 1 and struck out 2 in his 16 batters faced. And the aforementioned Leo is in reference to Leo Nierenberg. He's making his 5th overall appearance, 4th in relief. He's totaled 8 1/3 innings. His ERA just a tick over 2. And he's going to deal with Walla Walla 8-9-1, starting with his counterpart pitcher, Zach Penrod, also the designated hitter. And Zach takes strike 1 from the right-hander from the University of Washington. Leo pretty twitchy on the mound, as is custom. And the 0-1. And he backdoors a slide piece, and therefore strike 2. Oh, and 2 the count. When Leo has the breaker working, and when he has depth to the slider, he is as nasty as anybody in this league. 0-2 the count. And Nierenberg kicks and fires, and it's swung on and missed. D-right 3. 3 strikes. right in a row, and Leo picks up the K. So Penrod's 0 for 2 tonight, hitting for himself in the 8-hole. And that will bring up Tyler Pritchard. Tyler has 2 extra base hits all season long, both of them doubles, and he just got his second in his first plate appearance. That was against Michael Frias. 1 out, bases empty, visitors fourth. Here's the offer, and it's taken for Stierreich 1. All 4 offers from Nuremberg have hit the zone. That's always a good sign early in a relief outing. Pritchard 1 for 1 with a double, a ground ball inside the bag at first. Here's the 0-1 to him here, and the left-hander swings and fouls this one straight back to the screen. Without the screen, I'm catching that one. Or Michael Leinbach, the media director of the Pickles, sitting right next to me, a foot away. He could have made that play as well. Could have. These are all hypotheticals we probably will never answer. 0-2 the count, 1 out, bases empty. Number 9 hitter, Tyler Pritchard, awaiting the offer from Leo Nuremberg. And Leo shakes off Noah Cardenas. We see what he has in store here. The pitch. And he missed that one. Ball 1, 1-2. Looked like a slider with a lot of velocity there from Nuremberg, and just couldn't find the zone. Leo really interested in art and design out of UW. The 1-2. Checked his swing. Did he go? The appeal? Yes, he did, says Jeff Latter. Didn't feel like an appeal was necessary, but ultimately, with the left-handed hitter, body language told you everything that you needed to know there. And 2 strikeouts for Nuremberg to start the outing. Cue the Miley for Ryan Johnston. And Ryan 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop out to second base for the UC Irvine outfielder. And now he's facing Nuremberg for the first time, and he takes that fastball that skips in the dirt, backhanded coolly by Noah Cardenas. Seen a lot of pretty good defensive catchers in this league, but Cardenas, for his age and experience, he is very toolsy behind the plate. 1-0, Stierreich fastball on the corner, and the count evened up at a ball and a strike. Johnston came into the night hitting .266. Hasn't accumulated anything bigger than a double. And he swings at the 1-1 pitch and fouls it to the screen. And the count now moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes on him. Johnston in the leadoff spot has decent speed. Not blazing. He's 4 for 8 in stolen bases. Of course, making conclusions about someone's speed simply on stolen base stats alone can be a fool's errand. But we've seen Johnston play a few times. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and he takes for ball 2, not by much, 2-2. We've seen him play a few times, and I can say he's not a blazing runner, but he's a good athlete. We've seen him on the mound this year. A lot of two-way capable players for Walla Walla this year. There's 2 outs, bases empty. Here's Nuremberg's 2-2 to Johnston, and he swings and chops it over to the third base coach's box, just wide of the home dugout, and stays alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 6 Portland Pickles going to the All-Star game. That was announced today by the commissioner, Rob Nyer. Rob, a long-time baseball columnist and journalist. One of the very best. The 2-2 now from Nuremberg. Slider that misses outside. That's a tough take by Ryan Johnston, but a savvy one. And the count moves full to 3-2. And Commissioner Nyer, with the responsibility of announcing the All-Star teams and their rosters today. Some great players in this league. Here is the payoff. Fastball runs inside. Nuremberg thought that he had ball 4, but Johnston instead draws the 2-out walk, and he is on base for the first time tonight.
Here's the center fielder, number 2, Danny Sinatra.
Justin Barkis, the Pickles head coach, getting up on the top step. He's asking for where that one missed. And ultimately has to go back in without an answer he was looking for. Here's the first pitch into Danny Sinatro. It's popped in the air, foul and out of play. It's interesting, the body language from Johnston on that at-bat seemed to indicate that the fastball was inside and almost hit him. However, I think that was much closer than initially thought. And Nierenberg may have had an argument for that being strike 3. But ultimately, it is a 2-out walk. So Johnston on at first base. Top of the 4th, 2 outs. 0-1 to Danny Sinatro. The stretch in the pitch, and Danny swings and sends it to the screen. 0-2. Sinatro, this is a guy with speed. 10 steals on the year. And we saw him trying to bunt his way on his last time. He was on base in the top of the 3rd when Nick Nyquist muscled up with his 2nd home run of the year over the wall and left to make it a 3-0 lead. It has since been cut to 3-2. The 0-2 now on its way. Sinatro stays alive, slopping it foul. It looked like that could have been a pitch out of sorts from Nierenberg, maybe a high and away fastball, because Cardenas was already sprouting up out of his stance. Just a check on Ryan Johnston. Cardenas has been so good this year at cutting down base runners, trying to steal second. Among the league's best defensive catchers. Nierenberg on 0-2 sets and fires, and it's swung on and missed for strike 3, and that's the way the inning ends. Nierenberg 3 strikeouts, and he works around a 2-out walk. On to the bottom of the 4th, it's Walla 3, Portland 2. You're listening to Portland Pickle Baseball on AM 860, The Answer. Here comes Jake Berry for the Portland Pickles. 3-2, Portland trails Walla as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Leo Nierenberg just pitched a clean top of the 4th, and we're on to the bottom half. 7, 8, 9 for the Pickles. Jake Berry, Noah Cardenas, and Jace McKinney against Zach Penrod. And the first pitch is swung on and fouled to the screen by Berry for strike 1, 0-1 the count. Well, Penrod now sitting on 54 pitches for the outing. He was at 53 through his first 3 frames. He's found the zone on 32 offers. Here is the 0-1, and it's swung on and fouled at the plate by Barry for strike 2, and the count now 0-2. Robbie Teal doesn't mind the foul tip there, and he'll throw the same baseball back to Penrod. Barry is yet to record an official at-bat. He walked his first time. Here's the 0-2 to Jake, and he swings at that fastball on the inner half and fouls it to the screen again. Count remains 0-2. The Cowlitz Black Bears continue to play very good baseball. They just swept Bend, and now they have a 3-2 lead at Kelowna, bottom of the 6th. Tell you what, Kelowna is just on fire, as the 1-2 offer, or the 0-2 offer, I should say, misses for ball 1. 1-2 the count to Jake Berry. So Cowlitz did sweep in, but then they ran into the buzzsaw that is the Kelowna Falcons right now. Last night, 14-8. The 1-2 offer from Penrod runs inside. Count even up at 2-2. Cowlitz entering tonight with a record of 13 wins and 18 losses. But they are starting to turn things around here in the second half of the season. The 2-2 to Berry is way high and away. And from 0-2 to 3-2 for Jake Berry. Corvallis, a 10-2 win over Victoria last night to start their second half on the right foot. And now Corvallis is at Yakima Valley. The payoff to Berry is swung on and lifted in the air to center field. and under it is Danny Sinatro for a fairly routine pop fly. Can of corn, and there's one gone.
Number 10, Noah Cardenas.
Corvallis does lead Yakima Valley. That's in the bottom of the 7th inning. 4-2 is the score there. In Wenatchee, Washington, the Apple Sox lead the Bellingham Bells, bottom of the 5th inning. 6-2. First pitch is strike to Cardenas, 0-1. Noah 0 for 1 with a fly out to deep center, his first time. Here's the 0-1 from Penrod, and Cardenas takes a ball. 1-1, did not miss by much. Pretty good spot to miss from Penrod. Right off the corner. 1-1 to Cardenas. The kick and the fire. Swung on and laced down the third baseline. That's a screamer, folks. That's foul for strike 2. 1-2. Hope everyone is enjoying the excellent camera work on the Facebook Live tonight, as always. Michael Leinbach, Josiah Carrera doing a great job. The 1-2 now again from Penrod. Misses. Fastball high and away, 2-2. To Portland's credit, they've really made Penrod work in this game, especially considering how we did in the 3rd inning. That was really what made the difference. Penrod sitting on 64 pitches. The 2-2, that is strike 3, a fastball on the inside corner. Nice pitch from Penrod, and that is going to retire Cardenas for the second out of the inning.
Pickles first baseman from the University of Portland, number 22, Jace McKinney.
So Penrod racks up his 3rd strikeout of the game. He has walked 3, and keep in mind, coming into the game, he had only walked 5 hitters all year, and he's walked 3 tonight. He's allowed 3 base hits. He was also hurt by a throwing error from his catcher, Robbie Teal, into center field. That allowed another Portland run to score. Here is Jace McKinney, first pitch swinging at a slider, and he missed for strike 1, 0-1. McKinney singled to center field his first time. He's 1 for 1, scoring a run. Xander Clark drove him in with a single to left. Swinging here on 0-1 and fouling on the ground toward the visitors' dugout is McKinney. Now behind 0-2, number 9 hitter. 0-2, bases empty, 2 down. Penrod looking for a bounce-back frame here in the 4th. He winds with the 0-2 and he fires. And it's a check swing and a pitch that rides up and in. Penrod reaching back for a little something extra there, but sacrifices accuracy in the process. Top of the 7th, north of the border, the Victoria Harbor Cats lead the Bend Elks 3-1. Penrod on 1-2, fires, and that is ball 2 to McKinney. 2-2 the count. Jace has been exceptional hitting at the bottom of the lineup this year, and he's provided some valuable production at spots where ordinarily one might not expect. He awaits a 2-2 pitch with 2 out, bases empty. Here it is, and he swings and spoils it. A fastball fouled back to the screen. Still 2-2. 306 average. That's tremendous for someone hitting out of the 9-hole. For the majority of his at-bats. Really good bat control as well. Just 8 strikeouts and 49 at-bats for him. And we mentioned the 5 sacrifice bunts, second on the team. Here is the 2-2 from Penrod. Swing and a miss. Slider off the plate for strike 3. Teal throws down to Nyquist to complete the out, and that ends the 4th. On to the 5th. Walla Walla Sweets 3, Portland Pickles 2. You're listening to Portland. Nyquist in the middle of the order for the Sweets. Going to hit against Leo Nierenberg here in the top of the 5th inning. Walla Walla 3, Portland 2. Judah Newby here with you. John Lee back in our studios. AM 860 The Answer. First home series of the season's second half. Commencing tonight between these two South Division rivals. Walla Walla leads the season series 2-1 after a trio of ball games from Borleski Stadium. And it's Nierenberg against Nyquist, and a big swing and a miss at the first offer from Leo. 0-1 the count. Well, Nyquist just hit his second home run of the season, his last trip to the plate. A 2-run shot to left off Michael Frias that made it 3-0 Walla Walla. The 0-1 offer cut on and fouled back. 0-2. Seen a couple of elevated sliders from Nierenberg so far this at-bat. And that shot to left field that made it 3-0. Has since been cut to 3-2 after Portland scored twice in the bottom of the 3rd. That's where we are right now. Visitors 5th. Nierenberg on 0-2, fires, swing, and a miss. Strike 3, Nierenberg has picked up his 4th strikeout in 5 batters faced. So pretty ideal start, save the 2-out walk in the top of the 4th inning, but Nierenberg looks to be on his game early. Looking around the standings in the second half, because that's what we're all about right now. Corvallis Knights have first place on a stranglehold. Not really. First pitch of the at-bat to Cesar Lopez is in for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Cesar 0 for 2, a fly out to left, a ground out to second base. Nierenberg got some tempo on his side now. The 0-1 to Lopez. Swung on and lifted in the air left side. Foul and out of play. Lopez leading the team in average now, hitting .368. He has been on some kind of tear. He's down in the count 0-2 here, though. When we last saw him, he was hitting .250 3 weeks ago, and since then, his average has jumped up 122 points, 128 points. On 0-2, he flies to center field. There is Joey Cooper. He puts it away for out number 2. So Cesar, as hot as he is at the plate, is now 0 for 3 on the night.
We want to thank you so very much for coming and supporting Pickles Baseball, because as you support us, it allows us to do more.
And that will bring up Jordan Hovey, the third baseman. Jordan has reached base twice already tonight. He singled and scored in the second inning. He was also hit by a pitch in the 3rd. Nierenberg is on a roll so far, and it's a right-left matchup here. And first pitch swinging is Hovey, and he couldn't get it in the dirt. 0-1 the count. Hovey hitting .247 on the season. He shares the team lead in stolen bases with Sinatro. 10 swiped bags on the year. The 0-1 from Leo. Cut on and fouled at the plate. And the count 0-2. Hovey, a Creighton Blue Jay. How about that? Don't see a lot of players hailing from Creighton in the West Coast League, but Jordan one of them. He's going to celebrate a birthday coming up in a few weeks. His 21st by my count, August 1st. The 0-2 to him. Swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt for strike 3. And that actually hit him as well. How about insult to injury? That's an automatic out. And Leo Nierenberg has picked up his 5th strikeout of the game. All right, on to the bottom of the 5th. We're halfway home. Bottom of the 5th inning here in Southeast Portland. And the Walla Walla Sweets lead the home team, the Portland Pickles, by a score of 3-2. That's where we're at. It's game 1 of a 3-game series. Good ball game here tonight. And Zach Penrod about to face the Pickle lineup for a 3rd time. Carson Brashears, the leadoff man, gets things going here in the 5th. And the first pitch to Carson misses down and away for ball 1. Penrod entering the frame, 70 pitches and just 41 located for strikes. He has walked 3. And here is the 1-0 offer, and Brashears swings and fouls, 1-1. The 3 walks is significant in the sense that he's only allowed 5 walks all year and 19 previous innings pitched coming into the night. But 3 free passes tonight. 1-1 to Carson. Here's the kick and the pitch, and Brash swings and fouls to the screen, and the count now 1-2. Brashears has reached base in each of his previous 2 appearances. Led off the bottom of the 1st with a single to center on a curve. And then he walked and scored in that 2-run 3rd frame for Portland. Trying to lead off, be a leadoff man on base here in the 5th. 1-2 from Penrod. The pitch. Swing and a foul left side and out of play, and it's still 1-2. Got the attendance figures moments ago. 2,347. That's a juicy crowd, folks. It's a lot of people here at the Walk. Another sellout crowd. No surprise. And Penrod, slow wind on 1-2, fires, and Brashears stays alive with a foul to the screen. And it remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. We'll see another pitcher we've already seen for Walla Walla. Hayden King set to get the baseball tomorrow, from what I understand. We saw Hayden in the Game 3 of the series in Walla Walla earlier this year. The 1-2 offer from Penrod. Swing and a miss from Brashears, and Penrod gets the strikeout.
Shortstop number 7 from St. Mary's College, Gio Diaz.
So Brashears retired for the first time tonight, and that will bring up Gio Diaz with 1 out, bases empty. Diaz 0 for 1. He had a sacrifice bunt his last time, advancing runners to 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. And the first offer from Penrod is a called strike, 0-1 the count. Gio looking forward to seeing how he can contribute in his sophomore year with the Gales of St. Mary's. He says that he might get a lot of time at second base. The 0-1 to Gio is lifted in the air, and it's dropping in a hurry and will ultimately fall for a base hit in front of Danny Sinatro. Wow, the way that ball came off the bat, it looked like it would be a routine play. Tough luck for Penrod. Sinatro playing fairly deep out there in center field, and ultimately, even with his speed, couldn't make the play. Diaz a 1-out single.
San Diego, here's your right fielder again, number 24, Xander Clark.
Here comes Xander Clark, hitting in the 3 hole. Xander, 1 for 2. He had an RBI single to shallow left field. Gonna go ahead and look around for yard cards here in the game. Nope, not seeing any. Oh, there it is. We got one. Move over to first, and Nyquist gonna slap a tag down on Gio Diaz. Not in time. Gio 13 out of 16 on the base paths. Josiah Carrera playing the yard card here for Xander. Stretch for Zach Penrod. He looks at Gio, and he kicks and fires. And that pitch misses by a good distance to the big 6'5", 220-pound right-handed slugging Xander Clark. I mentioned that Xander had a salamander named after him by a Pickles superfan earlier this year. It's pretty cool. 1-0 to Xander here, and that's another move. You can read it. And Diaz back standing up. Mark Magdaleno slapping down the signs. Penrod looking at Gio. Another quick move over to first base. Nyquist going down to the dirt to scoop it. Jim Hopple coaching the base runners at first base. Mags at third. Ice bag segment just sweeping the country. It's out of my hands now. 1-0 to Clark. Penrod moved to first with Diaz taken off. Nyquist has it, throws to Philby, and they got him. So Diaz is caught stealing 1-3-6. Trying to jump on first movement, but Diaz, the potential game-tying run, cut off at second base with Xander Clark at the plate. That's tough, especially with Clark's power. The 1-0 to Xander is swung on and missed for strike one. 1-1 the count. Especially with a guy like Clark at the plate, where his slugging numbers speak for themselves. You're basically in scoring position when you're on first base with this guy. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's in the dirt, 2-1. Having Diaz be cut off, trying to steal second base. It makes it hurt even more. Mikey Perez on deck should the inning continue, because there's now 2 outs in the inning. And Penrod working out of the windup on 2-1. He fires, and it's past the bat of a swinging Clark for strike 2. 2-2. So Penrod still has something here. Pretty deep in the game for him. Sweet's bullpen, though, remains quiet as Penrod continues to work. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. And the wind and the pitch. Runs inside. Xander spins away. And the count now goes full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Penrod sitting on 83 pitches, about to deliver 84. Right here to Xander Clark. Looking for his 8th home run. Here's the payoff. Swung on and belted deep to left field. That ball's out of here for Xander Clark. Home run number 8 on the year. And it ties the ball game at 3 here in the 5th. Oh, that's got to feel good for Xander Clark. Tying up this ball game. He gets dapped all the way down into the home dugout. It would have been nice to have that base runner and have Portland go up in front in this game, but as it is, Clark salvages the inning with a 2-out bomb. And how about that? Josiah Carrera playing the yard card and converting, my friend. Nicely done. So the yard card comes to fruition. And Xander has tied up this game at 3. First pitch in for a strike to Mikey Perez, the cleanup man. And Penrod on 0-1. Mikey, big swing, but relatively unconvincing. I think he's just started with his arms, never followed with his lower half, and never ended up making contact. So Penrod in front, 0-2 to the young Perez. Ball game tied at 3 now, each side with 5 base hits. Here is the 0-2 from Penrod, and it's high and off the glove of Robbie Teal for ball 1. 1-2 the count. Xander Clark has picked up RBIs 27 and 28 today. An RBI single to left and a solo shot to left field, tying this game. 1-2 to Mikey Perez. There's the pitch, and Mikey swings and rolls it over to Jordan Hovey at third. Hovey up with the ball, throws to Nyquist in time for the out, and the inning is over. But a couple of base hits, one to shallow center for Gio Diaz, though he was wiped off the bases. Xander Clark salvages things with a solo home run, his 8th of the year, and it ties the game at 3 as we go to the 6th. You're listening to Portland Pickles Baseball. got a ball game here, folks. Welcome back. It is a 3-3 score between Walla and Portland. Jude Anubi here with you as we approach the 9 p.m. hour out here on the West Coast. Portland, Oregon, here in Southeast, the corner of 92nd and Holgate, right off the 205. Here's Leo Nierenberg out for his third inning of relief, and he pumps in strike one to Jack Philby. 0-1 the count. Well, Xander Clark just tied things up with his 8th home run of the season over the wall and left. A solo shot, making it a 3-3 game. 0-1 to Philby. Here's the pitch from Nierenberg, and Jack swings and sends this one in the air, foul out of play. 0-2 the count. Philby 1 for 2 on the evening. He chopped a ground ball through the right side his first time up, and ultimately was thrown out trying to steal second base with runners on the corners, no outs. Nice play by Noah Cardenas and the defense of Portland. Here is the 0-2 to Philby. And that is strike 3 call on the outside corner. Backdoor in a slider. And Philby is down looking. Strikeout number 6 for Leo Nierenberg. In fact, Leo Nierenberg has recorded 7 outs in this game, and 6 of them have been via the strikeout. 3 strikeouts in the 4th inning. 2 more in the 5th inning, and 1 here to lead off the 6th. Here's the catcher, Robbie Teal. With 1 out, bases empty. Teal taking his sweet time. See what I did there? Stepping into the batter's box here. And the first pitch from Leo Nierenberg, and that rides high and tight. Teal spins out of the way. 1-0. I wonder if there was something extra there for Nierenberg, because Teal intentionally being very deliberate, taking time to get into the batter's box and slow down Nierenberg's tempo. Not a bad idea, really. Here is the 1-0 from Leo. Swung on and lifted in the air. Just wide of first, threatening to go foul. Here comes McKinney, but it is foul. Takes a bounce on the concrete, bounds into the seats, and it's speared by a fan in section 202. Let's pause for station identification. You're listening to Portland Pickles Baseball on AM 860, The Answer. Robbie Teal 1 for 2 tonight. He put Walla in front early in this game with an RBI single to center. And he also grounded out to Daniel Lopez at third base. 1 out, bases empty. 1-1 the count from Nierenberg. He winds and fires. Swing and a miss. Nasty. Just disgusting. Shouldn't be allowed. And the count 1-2. Portland in the home half of the 6th inning as 5, 6, and 7 in the lineup. Joey Cooper, Daniel Lopez, and Jake Berry. It's a 3-3 ball game, each side with 5 base hits. Nierenberg is dealing, and here is the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And strikeout number 7 for Leo Nierenberg. How about that for Leo Nierenberg? He has now faced the entire lineup now and is facing Zach Penrod for a second time. So, first time through the lineup in relief, and Nierenberg picks up 7 strikeouts. That's uncanny. He's also allowed a 2-out walk, and he's recorded an out with a fly out to center. Here's Zach Penrod. First pitch to him, checks his swing, and he takes inside for ball 1. Wow. Looked like Penrod may have just swung outright, let alone no appeal. Not sure would have done much good with the umpire up the first baseline to a left-handed hitter. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch from Nierenberg, and that's a fastball that runs inside, and now it's 2-0 to Penrod. Even if Penrod is lifted on the mound, he'll remain in the game as the designated hitter, as he has that capacity. 2-0 from Leo, and that is a called strike on the inside corner. Penrod didn't like it. And the count, 2 balls, 1 strike. Frankie Mutz, the head coach, coaching at third base, also turns his back away there. Didn't like that call, but Nierenberg will take it. Leo on 2-1. He kicks and he fires. And it's a slider that misses away, not by much, but called ball 3, 3-1. Penrod is flown out to center, pretty deep off Michael Frias. He also struck out swinging against Nierenberg. That was Leo's first batter faced back in the top of the 4th inning. 3-1 the count. Here's the wind and the kick and the pitch. And it's swung on and lined down to right field, in for a base hit. Here's Xander Clark over to cut it off down the line and right. And Penrod retreats with a 2-out single. First hit that Leo Nierenberg has allowed in this game. And it extends the inning for Tyler Pritchard. So Portland was down 3-0 in this contest, then came back to make it 3-2 with a couple of runs in the 3rd, and then Xander Clark hit one out to left in the bottom of the 5th. That's where we are now, 3-3. The Swedes just took the advantage in the hit category, 6-5, with Penrod's single. Nierenberg out of the stretch, dealing with the 9-hole hitter Pritchard and missing well wide with a fastball. 1-0 the count. The Swedes have also committed the game's only error, and it did lead to an unearned run directly. Throwing error by Robbie Teal, while Xander Clark was intentionally trying to get in a pickle between first and second. The throw was low and bounded into center field, scoring a run. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that misses to Pritchard for ball 2. 2-0 now, as Leo is trying to stay strong here and finish off this inning with the rhythm he was looking for. In the meantime, Frankie Mutz, the head coach, is going out to talk to Jeff Latter, and he's complaining, thinking maybe that was a balk, or if Leo's just not setting or something. At the very least, interrupting the rhythm of the game. Frankie Mutz with a long-time history coaching in high school ball in the private high school baseball arena in Southern California. He goes back a ways with Mark Magdaleno. 2-0, the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. 2-1 the count, 2 outs. This is Mutz's 4th season at the helm with Walla Walla. In the spring, he coaches high school ball at Chaminade College Prep out in West Hills, California. Nierenberg on 2-1. He sets at the chest and fires, and that is taken for ball 3. Wow, what a miss. Not sure. 3-1 the count. Again, gonna be hard-pressed to find a rational explanation for that one. 3-1 the count. 2 outs, runner on at first base. The stretch from Nierenberg and the pitch. Pritchard takes high for ball 4. So all of a sudden, Nierenberg, who at one point looked invincible in this relief outing, now has a couple of base runners to navigate with 2 outs in the inning. Time is called, and pitching coach Zach Miller going to go out and make a trip to talk to his Washington right-hander. It should be noted, Leo not really familiar with being stretched out past a couple of innings until this summer. Washington didn't do it much with him in terms of long relief, either his sophomore or junior seasons in Seattle, or his freshman and sophomore seasons, I should say, in Seattle. But Portland is doing their best to try to stretch him out a little bit as the season unfolds. And Leo has been pretty much nails for them all year. Save a blip here and there. He has been very, very good. An ERA of 2.16 and 12 strikeouts to just 2 walks in 8 1/3 innings. Well, a happy birthday being wished right now to Thursday's probable starter, Michael Newstrom from Washington State. What is he? He's got to be at least 16 years old now. I don't think he watches. 2 outs, runners at first and second here for the leadoff man, Ryan Johnston. And the first pitch from Nierenberg is swung on and fouled straight back for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Johnston, the leadoff man, is 0 for 2. He walked his last time, already his 4th plate appearance, and we're only in the top of the 6th. Nierenberg comes set with runners at first and second and 2 outs. The pitch from Leo, and then rides high and tight. A slider, though, and Johnston had to spin out of the way. Still scabby right around his dome. And that's the way to get somebody's attention if that was Leo's objective. Not sure it was. But it is ball 1. 1 ball in, 1 strike. This inning started 2 out, bases empty, but then a Penrod single and a Pritchard walk. The 1-1. That is just a bit off the plate, and the count now 2-1. Cardenas did an admirable job looking to frame it, but to no avail. 2 balls, 1 strike. In a 3-3 ball game, Nierenberg trying to nail down this 3rd and final out that's been so elusive to this point. Ryan Johnston looking to keep it that way. Nierenberg looking to get out of it. The 2-1 pitch as Leo sets and fires. That is ball 3, just north of the letters. Boy, this zone has shrunken. Breeze is calm. Not much. Nierenberg trying to fight through it here. He's going to step off the slab and regather himself. Behind to Johnston, 3-1. Leo now has the sign, and he fires. There's a strike. Slider on the inner half. Johnston was bending and kind of just going all around in the batter's box on the right side, but that just shows how effective of a pitch that was. If I'm Leo, I might go back to it here on 3-2. And really, what do you trust here on 3-2? What do you trust? The stretch from Nierenberg and the pitch. That's a fastball that missed for ball 4. Wow. Johnston earns the walk. That looked like a good pitch from Nierenberg. Called for ball 4. And it loads the bases. And it brings up the left-handed hitting Danny Sinatra to the plate. Three straight have reached with 2 outs against Nierenberg. And Leo now has the bases juiced against Danny Sinatra. And the first pitch to him is outside and high for ball 1, 1-0. Nierenberg started this inning with a couple of strikeouts. Penrod blooped a single to right and then back-to-back walks. The 1-0 pitch, that's in there. Can't call that one a ball. 1-1 the count. I mentioned Nierenberg, 12-2 strikeout to walk ratio entering the game. At some point, as a pitcher, but of those kind of numbers, you deserve to get the borderline pitches. Not so tonight. 1-1. Here it is. Swing and a bouncer over the mound. Nierenberg can't get it. Here comes Diaz. Throw to first. And it is not in time. Sinatra beats it out, an infield single. It scores the go-ahead run from third Zach Penrod. And Walla takes a 4-3 lead. Boy, Sinatra did beat out that play. It was nearly an impossible play by Diaz, but the field umpire, Jeff Lauder, took a long, pregnant pause before making a call. Could have led you slightly to believe that an out call could have been made, but as it is, an infield single for Sinatra. And that will bring up Nick Nyquist now with bases still loaded against Leo Nierenberg and a 4-3 lead for Walla. First pitch to Nyquist is swung on and missed for strike 1 on 1-1. So a 2-out rally for the visitors has given them the lead back 4-3 here in the top of the 6th inning, and we're not out of it yet. Nierenberg grinding against Nyquist, ahead in the count 0-1, and the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2, 0-2. Nyquist struck out swinging against Nierenberg in the 5th. Now hitting bases loaded, 2 out in the 6th. 1 run already across. Nyquist earlier today, a 2-run home run, his 2nd of the year, off Michael Frias. Nierenberg now in front, 0-2. He stretches and throws, and it's swung on and tapped up the third baseline, foul. And we'll do it again. Pritchard on at third, Johnston at second, and Sinatro at first. Sinatro beat out a infield single, a chopper over the mound. That scored the game's go-ahead run, 4-3, Walla Walla. Been a very good game. Portland, this is a critical at-bat in the ball game. Trying to stay within 1 run and retire one of the best hitters in the league here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Nierenberg ahead, 0-2. He pauses at the chest and he fires, and Nyquist, little blooper to right center field. It's down in front of Clark for a hit. Coming in to score, Johnston, and also scoring is Pritchard, a 2-run single with 2 outs off Leo Nierenberg. And Walla Walla, all with 2 outs in the inning, have scored 3 to make it a 6-3 lead, and that's going to be it for Leo Nierenberg. Boy, real tough way for this frame to end for Leo after getting the first 2 hitters retired via the strikeout. Ends up giving up 3 runs, and 2 more are still out there for Walla Walla. 6-3 lead for the Sweets on the road. Tough luck for Leo. And then with 2 out and nobody on, it all started to come apart. Zach Penrod singled. Tyler Pritchard walked. Ryan Johnston walked. Danny Sinatro beat out an infield single, a chopper over the mound. And that scored Penrod with the go-ahead run for Walla Walla. And then Nick Nyquist, what a hitter he is, picks up his 3rd and 4th RBIs of the game on an 0-2 pitch, singling to right field, scoring both Tyler Pritchard and Ryan Johnston, and it ultimately chases Nierenberg after 2 2/3 and gives way to the 3rd Portland pitcher of the night. It is the right-hander from Fresno, California, Brett Walker, 6'4", 190 pounds, from the University of Oregon. Brett enters for his 5th appearance of the West Coast League. He's pitched 4 1/3 innings, striking out 4, allowing 7 hits, and walking 3, an ERA of 2.07. He's dealing with Cesar Lopez, runners on the corners, 2 outs. And the first pitch from Walker, a fastball that misses in for ball 1, 1-0 the count. Lopez, the cleanup hitter and left-handed hitter. We mentioned it earlier, but in the 3 weeks that have passed since we've last seen Walla Walla, Lopez has jumped up his average 128 points. And he swings at the 1-0 and lifts it deep to center. Joey Cooper moving back, and he reaches up, and he can't make the catch, crashing into the fence. Throw to the plate, the slide, the tag, and Nyquist is out at the plate. And that is going to end the inning. But Lopez does double home 1 run, and Nyquist cut down at the plate to keep another one from scoring. But the damage is done. this has been a back-and-forth baseball game, and for the Pickles, they hope it turns fourth again. Score, Walla Walla 7, Portland 3, after the Sweets just pushed 4 runs across, all with 2 outs and nobody on base. And they have taken a 7-3 lead after a Xander Clark solo home run tied this game at 3 in the bottom of the 5th. New arm on the hill. It's a native Oregonian, the right-hander Ty Heckman. He hails from Burns, Oregon. A young guy. He's just 20 years old, 6'1", 180 pounds. He's going to the University of Nevada, Reno. Heckman making his 7th overall appearance, 3rd in relief. He's pitched 22 innings, striking out 16, walking 8, and allowing 27 base hits. He has factored into 3 decisions, 2 in the victory column, 1 in the loss column, and has an ERA of 4.90. He will deal with Joey Cooper here for the Pickles, who now find themselves trailing 7-3. That's a nightmare of a half inning for Portland. Again, that started with 2 out, bases empty, and ultimately sees Walla Walla score 4 runs before the inning is over. Looks like Ty Heckman looking to try to either see the signs properly or at least get on the same page with Robbie Teal, his catcher, as Joey Cooper has to ask for time a couple of times. And now Heckman and Teal, seems like they're back on the same page.
3 Slurpees all day tomorrow at 7-11.
Joey Cooper is officially 0 for 1. This is his 3rd plate appearance. He struck out swinging and walked earlier in the game. And the first pitch in from Heckman to Cooper is a big swing, fouled for strike 1. The Sweets scored 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd on a Nick Nyquist home run, and 4 in the top of the 6th. Portland scored twice in the 3rd, and then once again on the Xander Clark solo homer in the 5th. That's where we are now. Heckman on 0-1 to Cooper. Joey swings and lifts a fly ball to right center field. Not sure it has enough, though. It's still moving back, and it is out of here. Boy, lost that one in the night sky, but Joey Cooper hits a solo home run to right field. And it has cut this lead now to 7-4 for Walla Walla. 7th home run of the year for Coop. And he does it in front of his Grammy, Maryland. How about that? So there's still some fight in this team left. Still in the bottom of the 6th. Frankie Mutz is coming out to talk to his right-hander Heckman after that home run, and just like that, one swing of the bat, and here we are in the bottom of the 6th, and it's a 3-run game. So Mutz talking to his right-hander Heckman, and it's a quick conversation, and it will bring up Daniel Lopez. Lopez is due for something big. He's 0 for 2. He's popped to 3rd. And he's popped to short.
I don't think so.
There's a solo home run there from Coop to make it a 7-4 ball game. Here is Lopez now against Heckman out of the windup. Heckman with his glove covering his nostrils. And an aggressive stance, and he delivers to Lopez, fastball in the dirt. 1-0, and now Teal wants to go out and talk to the right-hander Heckman, and goodness. You've got to speed this game up at some point. You've thrown really just 3 pitches. You've already had 2 meetings on the hill. Come on now, let's play some ball. Heckman from Burns, Oregon. Burns was really good in baseball when Ty was there. I think they won a state title while Heckman was there a few years ago. 1-0 the count to Daniel Lopez. Heckman digs deep into his glove here, and he winds with the 1-0, and he fires, and Lopez takes a strike on the outside corner, and the count 1-1. For Lopez, he's looking for a quality plate appearance. He swung at the first pitch that he saw in his first at-bat and popped out to third base. Then he popped out on a 3-1 pitch to short. The 1-1 is in the dirt and low for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Heckman, a good athlete out of Burns, Great Town.
That's good.
Out in Southeast Oregon.
So we need to
Hometown of Kellen Clemens, the former Oregon Duck quarterback and journeyman backup QB in the NFL.
Zoom in.
Great guy to talk to, Kellen. The 2-1 swung on by Lopez and lifted in the air to right field, falling quickly and falling for a base hit. So wouldn't you know it, Cesar Lopez out in right field, unable to make a play on the ball. And a bloop single into the outfield for Lopez, similar to what Gio Diaz had out in center. And it is another base runner for the Pickles ahead of Jake Berry.
Step back down. Stop. To the right. To the right. That's good.
It's not easy to find the baseball in this dusk night sky here in Southeast.
Down.
But that one ends up finding the turf, and it's a bloop single for Lopez. He's now 1 for 3.
That's fine.
And here is Jake Berry against the right-handed throwing Heckman with a runner at first. And Ty comes set, and he fires. And Berry, first pitch swinging and missing, is strike 1. Berry is 0 for 1. He did walk against Penrod back in the second, and he's also flown out to center field.
Or a little more.
1 run across in the inning on the strength of a Joey Cooper home run to right, his 7th of the year.
Yeah.
And Heckman on 0-1 comes set, and he fires. And Berry takes strike 2. Snap throw to first. Tag applied, but not in time. Not sure a tag ever was applied by Nyquist as much as it was a bluff of a tag. Nyquist was very frustrated after being called out at the plate, trying to score a second run of the double by Cesar Lopez, and he was called out. It was the 3rd out of the inning.
That's good.
He took off his helmet and threw it to the ground. Kept his wits about him enough, though, to stay in the baseball game, which was the right call. But he's trying to make another play. 0-2 the count to Jake Berry. Heckman comes set, and he fires. Berry takes down and away, bounces in the dirt, gets away from the catcher Teal, but he ultimately is able to pounce on it on the West Coast League logo of the first baseline. He asks for time to trade out baseballs. And Lopez not wanting to really risk anything. Base runners at a premium at this point in the ball game for Portland. You got to have guys on. And when you're down by 3, just got to have them on in the first place, let alone trying to risk getting them in scoring position. So, smart move by Lopez not to try to advance, even though Teal couldn't find the ball at first. The count is now 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jake Berry, getting the start in left. Heckman sets and he fires, and that rides high to Berry for ball 2. 2-2 the count. Jake came into the night hitting right on the dot, 300.
That's not bad.
Very solid for him.
That's not bad at all.
He's the number 7 hitter in the lineup. No Davis DeLorfis in this series for the Pickles. He'll return later on this week. So Berry getting the chance to be the right-handed hitting outfielder. The 2-2. There goes Lopez. It's taken low for ball 3. Throw down to second is in the dirt. Stolen base for Daniel Lopez, and Robbie Teal can't find the handle on throwing to second base tonight.
A little to the left. A little to the left.
And it was all that Pritchard could do to try to backhand that ball at second and keep it from bounding into center field for a second time today. He did, but it's a stolen base for Daniel Lopez.
That's going to be it.
And he's into scoring position.
Yeah, get back here.
So, that's smart base running there on the pitch in the dirt. It is 3-2 to Jake Berry from Heckman. And Tyler comes set. He looks to second and he fires. And it's swung on and fouled at the plate by Berry. He stays alive and will do it again. For Lopez, it is his 5th stolen base of the year. He's a perfect 5 for 5 in the category. Robbie Teal asks for time again. There are a bunch of pitchers that are currently standing up in the Sweets bullpen. Not seeing anybody throwing right now. Certainly not with any urgency, but a bunch of guys moving around just in case. Heckman running into some traffic here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. He's already allowed the solo home run to Joey Cooper. And it's a 7-4 lead for Walla Walla. We're here in the bottom of the 6th inning from Walker Stadium. Jake Berry trying to get on base. 3-2 the count. Heckman looks to second. Now he comes to the plate, and Berry swings and chops it up the third baseline. Foul once again. And we'll do it again. Heckman last pitched back on July the 8th, Sunday, a 2-0 win for Walla Walla. But Heckman did not record an out. He faced 3 batters, allowing 2 hits and a walk. Opponents this year hitting .307 off of him. 3-2 to Berry. The pitch. Swing and a chopper up wide of third and just foul again. And we'll do it again.
Some people have talked to us about it, but I haven't seen
Heckman, 6'1", 180-pound right-hander from Burns. Celebrated his 20th birthday in early March. Going to the Nevada Wolfpack. Portland has a right-handed arm on their roster in Brad Bonifant, college teammate of Heckman. 3-2 again to Berry. Here's the pitch, and it's taken strike 3. And hard to argue with that one. That looked pretty good from here. And Berry disappointed in the result. Not much. I don't know if much of a debate can be had on that, though. And it is the first out of the inning for the Pickles. And that will bring up Noah Cardenas with a runner on at second and 1 out. Berry did nicely to extend that at-bat, but ultimately gets rung up on the payoff. So here's Cardenas 0 for 2. He's flown to center. He's also struck out swinging. And Heckman, who needed that strikeout, delivers to Cardenas. First pitch misses for ball 1, 1-0. One and 0 to Noah, the right-handed hitter, the number 8 hitter in the lineup for Portland, with Jace McKinney on deck. Runner in scoring position for Noah here. 1-0 from Heckman. Here it is, and it's swung on and missed. That was a riding pitch that was north of the letters. Cardenas couldn't help himself. Came up empty. 1-1 the count. Hitting .205 on the year with a couple of doubles for him. 8 runs batted in for Cardenas. A chance to drive in another here. Outfield playing pretty deep. No doubles for them right now. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, runner at second. And Heckman comes set at the belt, and he fires. And Cardenas waves at it and missed. Seemed to be a slider off the outside part of the plate, and Cardenas chased it. 1-2 the count. Jason McKinney is on deck. Portland is trying to make this inning count even more than the Joey Cooper home run. Cardenas looking to pay it off here. 1-2 though the count. Noah asks for time, and it's granted. He flew out to center field in the second, and he struck out looking in the fourth.
I think it just went out of focus when he went back into it, too.
Lopez gets the lead, and Cardenas takes ball 2. That's a good take from Noah after swinging at a very similar pitch previous. 2-2 the count with 1 out and a base runner on at second base, and Daniel Lopez, he stole the bag. He's 5 for 5 in steals this year. And Heckman now on 2-2, comes set to Cardenas. And here it is on its way. And it rides high and tight to Noah for ball 3. And it's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mark Magdaleno ready to spring into action here with a base hit to the outfield to try to get another run across for Portland. Outfield playing deep. Cardenas waiting for a 3-2 from Heckman. Here it is. And it's check swing. He did not go. It is ball 4. It's a walk to Cardenas. And it will bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Jace McKinney here in the 6th. So Heckman, and that is going to be it for the right-hander. Out comes Frankie Mutes, and he's seen enough. Heckman unable to get any more than just the one strikeout. He leaves with a couple base runners on base, and the solo home run already in for Joey Cooper. Pitching change here in Portland. Full rally time for the Portland Pickles right now, trailing 7-4, but they've got runners at first and second with one out. A run already in with Joey Cooper's homer to right. And the tying run being brought to the plate in the form of Jace McKinney. Pitching change for the Sweets. They're going to go lefty-lefty in this matchup here, bringing in Tyson Colas from Oxnard, California. Oxnard, I should say. That's the training camp home of the Dallas Cowboys. I do know that. But, yeah, a little mispronunciation. Won't be the last time Oxnard is mispronounced. I'll put it that way. A really romantically beautiful name of a town, though. Oxnard. Here's Colas against Jace McKinney. First and second with one out. McKinney representing the tying run. First pitch on its way. McKinney takes way high for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Sellout crowd on hand on an evening that's all of a sudden turned chilly. 2,347. McKinney trying to produce a big at-bat here. Colas behind 1-0. He comes set, and the lefty comes to the plate. And McKinney swings and misses for strike 1. 1-1 the count. Jace is 1 for 2. He struck out swinging his last time. That was against Penrod. He's also singled and scored back in the bottom of the 3rd. One of the 2 runs Portland pushed across that frame. He has a chance to try to drive something in here. 1-1 from Colas. The stretch and the pitch, and McKinney swings and misses. And it looks like Colas has some good movement on his pitches in this left-on-left matchup. Mark Magdaleno came down the third base line a few paces, but McKinney did not even shoot a glance that way. He knows he's swinging away here on 1 and 2 with one out. Colas looking for a strikeout. McKinney trying to put it in play. The stretch, and now Tyson is distracted by Lopez, taking a lead off of second, and he steps off the slab. Seven to 4, Walla Walla. A couple of base runners on for Portland. The pitch. Way down and away. Ball gets away. Wild pitch from Colas. That's exactly what he was hoping to avoid. And it pushes 2 into scoring position. Lopez at third and Cardenas at second. And now that's where it stands for Jace McKinney. You can see the strategy in play for Frankie Mutes with a couple of left-handers in McKinney and Brashears. So he brings in his southpaw Colas, but Tyson just ripped off a wild pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jace McKinney from University of Portland. Colas going to Cal State Monterey Bay. The 2-2 to McKinney. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Colas sits him down and keeps looking at him on the way back to the dugout. Boy, big strikeout there for Colas. No other way around it. He brought some elevated heat, and McKinney couldn't get a bat to it. And that brings 2 outs into the inning, and now we'll bring up Carson Brashears. This pace of this game has really slowed down. My goodness, taking forever tonight. Bottom of the 6th. Second and third, 2 outs. Carson Brashears hitting. Here's the pitch. Carson takes a ball, 1-0. Pretty close, but missed. If Carson can find a way on base, it would continue the game for Gio Diaz here in the home of the 6th. Quolas on 1-0 comes set at the belt. He kicks and fires and swing and a little ground ball backhanded in the hole by Philby. Long throw to first, gets away. Brashears was safe anyway, and it scores Lopez and brings home another run. It's a one-run ball game, 7-6. Boy, that turned from a simply sensational play for Philby to absolute disaster. It's an infield single for Brashears, partnered with a throwing error by Philby. The second of the game for Walla. And it's now a 7-6 game, and the tying run is on first base in the bottom of the sixth. Here's Gio Diaz. And he asks for time, and it's granted. Quolas now ready. He kicks and fires, and Gio takes way outside for ball one. 3 runs have scored in the inning for Portland. One and 0 the count to Gio Diaz. With Brashears, no, that's a balk on Quolas. A balk called on Quolas, and Brashears goes down to second base. Jeff Latter, the field umpire, making the call, and the game's tying run moves into scoring position. Boy, what a wild baseball game. Diaz has a chance to tie it up. 2 outs, runner at second. 1-0 to him. The lefty comes set and fires and missed with ball 2. 2,347 on hand for this one. Gio lofted a bloop single to center field his last time. He's ahead 2-0. The stretch and the pitch. Misses for ball 3 with Xander Clark on deck. Boy, if I am Gio Diaz, I am trusting my hitting ability, yes, but I'm taking all the way on 3-0 with Xander Clark on deck. And Quolas has seemed a bit rattled since the error at short. And the pitch. That is a strike. And Diaz stays in the at-bat. 3-1 the count. 2 outs, bottom of the sixth. 3 runs have scored for Portland to make it a 1-run ball game again after Walla was up 7-3. 3-1 from Quolas. The stretch and the pitch, and that is ball 4 in the dirt, and 2 runners are on base for Xander Clark here in the 6th inning. Looking at the Walla bullpen, and don't see anybody warming up. No pitching change for Frankie Mutz, and he's going to leave his left-hander Quolas in the game to face Xander Clark, who is 2 for 3 with a home run and 2 RBI tonight. Wow. Looks like yard cards are being played all the way around here at Walker Stadium. Even the fans in section 203. I see there's a yard card. All right, of course, Clark has already hit a home run tonight, but he's got a chance to tie this game at least. Tying run in scoring position. Go ahead run at first. Left-hander Quolas ready. He pitches in the dirt. Ball gets away. Another wild pitch from Quolas. The tying run moves to third base. The go-ahead run moves to second. And with first base open, we will see if Quolas pitches to Clark. Boy, if there was ever a chance or ever a time to intentionally walk a hitter, it's right now. First base is open. 1-0 the count. Second and third for Portland, trailing by a run with 2 outs. Colas comes set at the belt. He fires. That is a curve that misses. Colas can't believe it. He looked for where it missed. Palms up in the air. Didn't get the call. Rally calls going on for Xander Clark in the 200 section. He's ahead in the count 2-0 after Colas somehow had that one called a ball. Looked pretty good. But Colas is coming after Clark, at least so far. The 2-0 pitch. That dips for ball 3. He again doesn't know where it missed. But it was the same as the 1-0 pitch. And it's 3-0 to Xander Clark. And boy, Colas has to be thinking, I'm just giving off speed this entire at-bat. And if it misses for ball 4, I don't care. First base is open. Don't want to mess around here. Clark, on the other hand, hoping for anything hittable. He has the posture of someone taking all the way on 3-0, but here's the pitch anyway. It's down and in for ball 4. It is a 4-pitch walk to Xander Clark. The bases are loaded for the young Mikey Perez. So Carson Brashears goes down to third base. Gio Diaz on at second, and Xander Clark on at first. And that will bring up Mikey Perez, another left-on-right matchup here for Portland. It's the 9th hitter to come to the plate for the Pickles. Still down by just a run, 7-6. But the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Perez. Mikey is due. He is 0 for 3. With a ground out, a pop out, and a fly out. Colas in trouble, and he deals. And it runs inside and nearly hit Perez. Oh my. Perez somehow did not get hit by that pitch. Oh, at some point, son, you gotta wear one. That's all right. We won't hold it against you. Just come through here. 1-0 the count to Perez. Here's the pitch. Swing! And a foul to the screen. Good hack by Mikey. Colas has come after him with heat so far. And one's missed and one's fouled off. So 1 ball and 1 strike with Joey Cooper on deck should the inning continue. Nowhere to put Mikey Perez. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Colas on 1-1. Swing and another foul to the screen by Mikey Perez. And now it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. The atmosphere tense here. As tense of a 6th inning as you could probably find anywhere. I tell you what, this inning has lasted forever. In the top of the 6th, Walla had 2 out, nobody on, and then eventually scored 4 times. Here in the bottom of the 6th, the inning started with a Joey Cooper home run, and it's continued with a pair more runs scoring. The bases are loaded. There are 2 outs. And Mikey Perez at the plate with his team down by 1. The 1-2 from Colas. In the dirt, Perez started to trigger and held off. Pretty good discipline if you're 18 years old. When you're 18, the word discipline really not in your vocabulary. Outside of baseball. Speaking from experience. What a time to be alive. 2-2 the count. 2 outs, bases loaded. Dyson into Perez. Swing and a pop-up behind home plate and out of play. And the count remains 2-2, and we'll do it again. On a $2 Tuesday at the ballpark. Getting word from multiple sources tonight that the $2 hot dogs are on fuego. It's the place to be. Really cannot afford to bring up food right now. Bases juiced, 2 outs, 2-2 the count to Mikey Perez in a 1-run ball game. Quolas comes set at the belt. He kicks and he fires. Off speed, grounded foul by Perez. And a one-handed backs pick by Joey Cooper in the on-deck circle. It's pretty solid, Joey. With Grammy in the house and everything, Cooper showing off. Already homered in front of Grammy earlier tonight. Actually, earlier in this inning. Now that I think about it, 2 hours ago. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases remain loaded. Quolas and Perez doing battle. Tyson sets and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3, inning over. What a marathon of a 6th inning. 7 runs combined scored between the two teams, 1 more in favor of the visitors. And we are finally on to the 7th. Walla Walla 7, Portland 6. To say hi to a friend real quick. We're moving on to the top of the 7th inning. What a marathon 6th inning we just had. Combined 7 runs come in to score. 4 in the top of the 6th for Walla Walla. 3 in the bottom of the 6th for Portland. They ultimately leave the bases loaded. Here's Brett Walker out for a first full inning of relief work. And he's dealing with Jordan Hovey. The count now 1 ball and 1 strike to Hovey. Wow, catching my breath. What an inning. And here is the 1-1 offer from Walker. That missed high and away for ball 2, 2-1. Walla Walla 7, Portland 6. Top of the 7th. The pitch from Walker. That also misses for ball 3, 3-1 the count. This entire matchup all season long has been very competitive between these two teams, and game 1 of this series has fallen right in line with the previous 3 games, but Walker issues a 5-pitch walk there to Jordan Hovey, who's on base for a 3rd time tonight. So in this situation, the Pickles, who have done admirably to climb back into contention in this baseball game, they need strikes on the hill, and they need some quick defensive innings, and they need to get back up to the plate. Here's Walker pouring a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count to Jack Philby. Jack is 1 for 3 tonight. He singled his first time and followed that up with a ground out and a strikeout. 0-1 the count from Brett Walker. This is his 3rd batter faced. Here's the stretch, and Walker fires. That is a ball outside. Cardenas set up out there, and Walker missed by a couple of baseballs off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. The play by Jack Philby at shortstop. He made such a sensational effort to dive and get the ball in the hole. It's going to be ruled a 2-run single for Carson Brashears. The 1-1 pitch swung on and fouled to the screen. Speared by Cardenas on the ricochet. That dude is too casual to be making plays like that. It's not fair. I don't even call it being well coordinated. I mean, it is. He's got to be a good golfer, you would think, too. Maybe mini golf at the very least. Top golf. Oh, man. 1-2 the count. The stretch and the pitch. Swing and a fly ball. That's foul. 3rd base side out of play. To Jack Philby. Philby made that sensational dive in the hole. There were runners at 2nd and 3rd, and Philby's throw was errant. However, after conferring with the official scorekeeper, Gary Walker, it is not being ruled a throwing error, keeping in mind his sensational effort to keep that ball in front of him in the first place, which means it will be a 2 RBI infield single for Carson Brashears and give Philby all the props in the world for the defensive play. It was sensational, saved the throw. 7-6, Portland trails by a run. Philby is at the plate now. Walker has allowed the leadoff man to reach via the walk. So Walla Walla has a 1-tick advantage in the run category and the hit category. The 1-2. Steve Wright 3 called on the outside corner. Wow. So that was hardly an obvious strike call, I'll put it that way. But Walker gets the benefit of the doubt off the outside corner, and Philby goes away unimpressed with that call. And it's 1 out. Cue the Miley Cyrus again for Robbie Teal. Robbie 1 for 3 tonight. So Brett Walker, he's seen a little bit of everything in 3 batters that he's faced in relief. There goes the runner. Pitch is a strike. Throw to second. The tag. He is out. Caught stealing. 2-6. Show off the cannon. Noah Cardenas. What a play. Oh, Cardenas. I can't get enough of this guy behind the dish. Unreal. UCLA gets a good one, man. Gio Diaz slapping down the tag. The 0-1 offer now is in the dirt. Gets by Cardenas. No harm, no foul. Nobody on base. 2 outs. What a throw. And it erases another base runner. That in the form of Jordan Hovey. Keep in mind, Hovey had swiped 10 bags on the year going into that one. The 1-1. That is low for ball 2. 2-1 the count. So that's no small feat to take that guy off the base paths. In fact, Hovey had been caught only once all year prior to that. He was 10 of 11. Now he's 10 of 12 after Cardenas threw him out. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Steve Wright 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the catcher, Robbie Teal. Robbie singled and ended up bringing home a run in the second inning when Walla Walla strung together 3 straight hits off of Michael Frias. Boy, that seems ages ago now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, the pitch. Sting. Oh, my goodness. Not sure where it missed, folks. Not sure where it missed. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases empty. Slider looked down the pipe. And we'll do it again. Payoff pitch for Brett Walker. Here it is. Swung on and fouled at the plate. The ball just stops and no rotation on it. Nestled right in the sandbox around home plate. Count remains 3-2 as Teal stays alive with the foul tip. Not much of a breeze to speak of tonight. Although it's gotten a little chillier as the evening has worn on. Walker on 3-2 delivers, and it runs inside, and I think it may have even gotten a piece of Teal. The dead ball sign was flashed up by the home plate umpire. But regardless, it would have been ball 4, so it's a 2-out base runner here in the 7th. So Brett Walker, the first hitter he faced was with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Cesar Lopez doubled off of him. But on the play, Nick Nyquist was thrown out at the plate. So that was Walker's only out of the inning. First pitch delivered to Zach Penrod, swung on and missed for strike 1, 0-1 the count. So conceding the double, but that's how the inning ends. Then he allows a walk to Jordan Hovey. He strikes out Jack Philby looking. Here is the 0-1 offer now. That misses away, 1-1. Hovey is then thrown out trying to steal second base. for the second out. And now he hits Robbie Teal. So here is Zach Penrod now in a 1-1 count with a runner at first. 7-6, Walla Walla leads. We're in the top of the 7th and 2 outs. Here is the 1-1. Penrod swings and misses. Can't get it. Looked a bit of a changeup there from Walker. Nicely done. And a missed the bat of Penrod, who a while ago was the starting pitcher in this game. He ultimately, I think he threw around 86 pitches in his outing. Get that confirmed. The 1-2. Swung on and softly grounded to first. McKinney has it. He sprints to the bag himself and retires Penrod 3 unassisted to end the inning. It is stretch time at long last here at Walker Stadium. Walla Walla 7, Portland 6. You're listening to Portland. Bottom of the 7th coming up here as we just play Take Me Out to the Ball Game and a little bit of the Sandlot theme song. Tequila. Love that scene, man. Love that scene. Got the Rally Lollipops in full form tonight at Walker Stadium, and we're going to the home half of the 7th. The Walla Walla Sweets leading the Portland Pickles 7-6. Let's pause for station identification. You're listening to Portland Pickle Baseball on AM 860, The Answer. Tyson Quolos back out in relief in the bottom of the 7th, dealing with Joey Cooper. And his fastball rides high and tight for ball 1-0. I'd like to give a shout out to my good friend and roommate / landlord, Nick Warren, in the house tonight. What's up, Nick? Big baseball fan. Big Yankee fan, though. The 1-0. Swing and a foul. Strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Nick, a native of the southeast Portland area. And played a lot of baseball in these parts growing up. Certainly familiar with the culture of the game in the Rose City. 1-1 the count to Cooper. And Quolos out of the windup, taking some time. Cooper asks for time, and it's granted. Koopaloop smashed a homer his last time up in that wild bottom of the 6th. The 1-1 pitch. Turns to bunt, and he pulls it back, and he takes wisely. 2-1. Cooper with 7 home runs. His Grammy is in the house tonight. Normally watching on the Facebook Live. She might still be, for all we know. Here is the 2-1. Taken on the outside corner for strike 2. 2-2 the count from Quolos. Maryland. Always one of the more supportive fans on the Facebook Live, and she has taught Joey a lot of baseball. The native of Bakersfield climbs in on the 2-2 pitch from Tyson Quolos. Vigorous nod. Vigorous nod again. But he still hasn't started to pitch. Now he does. Here is the 2-2 to Cooper. Taken down and away for ball 3. And Joey has dug himself into a payoff pitch coming up, and confusion between the battery of Teal and Quolos. Tyson was asking for a certain pitch in particular. I think Teal was dropping down a different sign, leading to the confusion on the last throw. And so they get back on the same page here ahead of a 3-2 pitch as Cooper awaits. Left on left to match up. Bases empty, bottom of the 7th. Nobody out. Quolos winds, kicks, and fires. Swing and a fly ball deep to center. Sinatro underneath it and makes the catch just shy of the warning track for out number 1. So it's a long out to start the home half of the 7th, and that will bring up Daniel Lopez. Lopez 1 for 3. He singled his last time. He was able to get a seeing eye single, a bloop single to right field his last time in front of Cesar Lopez. And now Daniel Lopez awaits. And he takes the first pitch from Colas low for ball 1-0. 7 runs on 9 hits, 1 error for Walla Walla. 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Portland. We're in the bottom of the 7th, 1 out, bases empty. Pickles trailing by a run. Colas winds, kicks, and fires. Low for ball 2. Mentioned earlier, Daniel looking to dig deeper in at-bats. Popped out to third on the first pitch he saw tonight. Was ahead in the count 3-1 before popping to short. Then he singled to right. He's 1 for 3. The left-hander Colas winds and fires, and that's way outside, not close. Lopez ahead in the count 3-0. Colas right now about to deliver his 33rd pitch in relief. And the windup and the offer is on the corner for strike 1, 3-1. A busy evening as always on the north side forward party deck right underneath us. Great place to be. 3-1. Colas comes into Lopez and he takes strike 2 called on the inside corner. Oy. Three and 2 to Lopes. The payoff on its way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Colas, the benefactor of the zone in that at-bat. 2 outs, bases empty now in the 7th for Jake Berry in a 1-run baseball game. Wow. Well, it's key Portland weird night. And the strike zone following in line with that. It's been bizarre. 2 out, bases empty for Barry. And that one, oh, yes, it did miss. Ball 1 another count. It ends up getting away to the screen. It wasn't close. 1-0. Barry getting the start in left field tonight with the left-handed starter Penrod. Now he's got the left-handed reliever Colas. And Tyson's done well. 1-0. The pitch to Barry. Swing and a miss for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Barry walked back in the 2nd inning and was stranded. He's also flown to center, and he struck out looking his last time. Time requested and granted. Two outs, base is empty. 1-1 with 2 down, and Colas comes into Barry. Here it is. Curveball in the dirt. 2-1. The Sweets with a run in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, 4 in the 6th. Ordinarily, an inning like the 6th inning is impossible to overcome. If you are the Pickles, that inning began with 2 outs, bases empty. Walla Walla just kept on stringing hits and walks together. Got an infield single to push across the go-ahead run. And then a 0-2 pitch was singled into right field to push across 2 more. But Portland has climbed back within a run. The 2-1 to Jake Berry. Swung on and driven to left center field. That ball is gone. Jake Berry ties the game with a solo homer to left center. And it's a 7-7 ball game in the 7th.
Bring it home.
Unbelievable. Well, it just takes one. Barry connects, and it's a brand new ball game.
Here's Pickles play. He's a UCLA commit, number 10, Noah Cardenas.
Give Jake Berry all the credit in the world. 2 outs, nobody on, and a solo shot to left center. We're tied at 7. Here's Noah Cardenas, first pitch swinging and leaping grab at first base by Nick Nyquist. Holy cow. What a ball game. Flashing the leather at first by Nyquist, who also has a home run in this game. And we are going to the 8th at the Walk. Walla 7, Portland 7. You're listening to Oh man, keep still my beating heart. On to the 8th inning, 7-7 ball game between Portland and Walla Walla, each side now with 9 base hits. The Swedes have committed the game's only error. Top of the 8th inning, Brett Walker back out for another inning of relief, and he's dealing with 9-1-2 in the Swedes lineup. Tyler Pritchard, Ryan Johnston, and Danny Sinatro, and Pritchard takes for strike 1, 0-1 the count. Pritchard has reached base twice tonight. He's doubled and he walked, eventually scoring in the 6th. The 0-1 pitch blooped to shallow left center, but Gio Diaz is underneath it comfortably, and Gio puts it away just into the outfield grass, and Walker gets the easy contact out to lead off the top of the 8th inning. Wow, what a ball game. And this has been so exciting to call. Portland just tying things up in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs, bases empty. Jake Berry, his first home run of the year. A solo shot to tie the game. And the first pitch to Ryan Johnston misses for ball 1 for Brett Walker, 1-0. Prior to that, it was a 7-3 Sweets lead. The 1-0 pitch is in there for strike 1. Johnston keeps backing away from pitches on the inside corner tonight. Those are actually, of all the debatable pitches, those are actually the ones that are closest to the zone, if not in the zone, outright. 1 ball and 1 strike to Johnston. And the leadoff man with his 5th plate appearance of the game. And Walker kicks and fires the 1-1. That is just inside. Of course. 2-1 the count. With 1 out and the bases empty to Johnston. Playing left field for the Sweets, and the 2-1 offer now on its way. That is a called strike 2 on the outside corner. 2-2 the count. Walker tries the other part of the plate, and it rings true. Johnston in this game has reached base via the walk twice. And here is the 2-2 pitch to him. Checks his swing. Did he go? The appeal? He did not. And that is ball 3. 3-2 the count. Every at-bat carries with it a certain amount of tension. You never know when the swing is going to come to change a game, like we just saw from Jake Berry with the bases empty and 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a drive deep down the line and left, but that is foul. I got to stop talking. Jinxing myself out here. Oh, and that is a foul ball by the pole down the 309 mark and left. And the count now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Walker on the payoff. Here it is. Ball 4. A fastball misses high. That is a heck of an at-bat by Ryan Johnston. And he has walked 3 times in the game. And not only just 3 walks in the game, but 3 walks in consecutive plate appearances. He started 0 for 2, and then walked in the 4th, 6th, and now in the 8th. So here is Danny Sinatro. Can't forget this guy's got speed here. And the first pitch to Danny is a strike on the outside corner. He checked his swing, and it's a cold strike anyway. 0-1 the count. Sinatro had an infield single in the top of the 6th inning with 2 outs that ultimately put Walla Walla in front 4-3. They scored 3 more runs after that. 0-1 the pitch. Sinatro checks his swing again and sends it foul down the third baseline. And Walker is ahead 0-2 now to him. Sinatro has scored 2 runs tonight. He's also struck out twice. And the left-handed hitting center fielder for Walla Walla climbs in. Down in the count 0-2 with 1 out. Johnston the runner at first. The stretch and the pitch. It's a pitch out, and Cardenas springs out of his squat to field it. It is a ball. 1-2 the count. Johnston not moving. Cardenas has thrown out a base runner trying to steal second already today in Jordan Hovey. Jack Philby was also picked off earlier in the game. The 1-2 offer is ball 2 off the outside part of the plate. 2-2 the count. Pickles have erased deficits of 3-0 and 7-3 in this game. We're tied at 7. There goes the runner. No, he doesn't. It's a bluffed move. Sinatro lifts a fly ball to left field. Over there, though, is Barry, and Jake makes the catch and straightaway left. For out number 2. Back to first goes Johnston. That will bring up Nick Nyquist. Now a 3-time All-Star in the West Coast League. Wow, unbelievable for him. Those names coming out earlier today, 4 of them from Walla Walla, 6 of them from Portland. And Nyquist has homered in this game, a 2-run shot earlier. And the first pitch to him, a hard ground ball to third. Lopez has it, goes the short way to second for the fielder's choice force on Johnston, and the inning is over. Bottom of the... Bottom of the 8th inning coming up here from Walker Stadium in a 7-7 ball game. There's a pitching change for the Pickles ahead of the bottom of the 8th. We had Neil Diamond in full throw. You can't cut that short. Oof. That's tough. But that will bring up Jace McKinney here to lead things off in the bottom of the 8th inning. 9-1-2 for Portland. The new arm on the hill. Looking for him here. I believe it's number 10, Patrick Collins, but not seeing him here on the roster sheet. In any case, it is a new arm on the hill for the Sweets here, with the bottom of the 8th set to begin in a 7-7 ball game. Walla Walla has now been sent down without a run in the 7th and 8th. Portland just put 3 across in the 6th, 1 more in the 7th to tie the game. And the first pitch now to Jace McKinney. First pitch swinging and sending foul left side out of play. 0-1 the count, pardon me. It does look like Ryan Johnston, actually, the aforementioned number 10, pitching in this game. And here is the 0-1 now from Johnston. That misses high for ball 1. 1-1 the count. No wonder I couldn't find him in the pitcher category. Johnston an outfielder by trade and, of course, the leadoff hitter, but also moonlights on the mound, too. And he's pitching in a high-leverage spot here. The 1-1 to McKinney is grounded towards shortstop. Philby underneath it. Has it. Throws to first a little low, and it's not in time. Safe is Jace McKinney beating out the throw to first base. Wow. The call not being made with a ton of conviction and certainly not with a ton of timeliness, but it's made in favor of the Pickles. So, the go-ahead run is on at first base. And that will bring up Carson Brashears here, the leadoff man, to face Johnston, with McKinney getting a lead off of first. And the first pitch, Johnston pauses. Brashears turns to bunt. He lays it down beautifully up the first baseline. Johnston fields, throws to first for the out. Sacrifice executed 1-3. The go-ahead run has moved into scoring position ahead of Gio Diaz. Well, this has really started just about as well as you could hope for. A infield single by Jace McKinney going into scoring position on the sac bunt by Carson Brashears. And Gio Diaz steps in now. He's 1 for 2 officially in the game. Tie game. Go ahead run in scoring position. Bottom of the 8th, 1 out. And the first pitch to Gio way outside. And he takes ball 1, 1-0. Ryan Johnston making his 4th appearance. This stadium got a bit too quiet for one fan's liking. He shouts out a rally cry of sorts. 1-0 from Johnston as he looks to second and fires. Diaz takes at the knees for strike 1. Bit of a shake of the head of Gio. He didn't want that on 1-0 anyway. And the count evened up at a ball and a strike. I gotta tell you, even for my first year in the West Coast League, the emotions, the mutual emotions in this rivalry in particular, ride particularly high. And the 1-1 from Johnston to Diaz. Taken low. Ball 2. 2-1. Whew. That was low the whole way. And Xander Clark is on deck. 2-1 the count to Gio Diaz. Mark Magdaleno ready to spring into action at their third base coach's box on a base hit. The outfield not very shallow. They're playing straight away right now. The 2-1. Diaz, a soft blooper. Behind second, Nyquist goes out, the first baseman, and he makes the catch. For out number 2, Diaz pops out. He carried the bat with him all the way up the first base line, and frustrated with himself there. That will bring up Xander Clark with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. You've got to think there's no way they pitched to him here, but we thought that the last plate appearance as well, and Clark ultimately got walked on 4 pitches, but none of them were intentional. It was all off speed. This time, it will be intentional. So they will take the bat out of Clark's hands. First pitch was actually kind of close. Anyone that's seen a Miguel Cabrera highlight on YouTube has some of those flashing before their eyes. That one misses by a better distance. But that first intentional walk offer was actually not far off the plate. 2-0 to Xander. There's the third pitch well wide of the zone, reeled in by Teal. And Mikey Perez is in the on-deck circle. Justin Barkis, the head coach, comes out to talk to him, motivate him a little bit. This is a sign of disrespect to the young Mikey hitting in the cleanup spot. And, you know, you could turn the narrative to one of disrespect, but ultimately it's one of respect for Xander Clark, if we're being honest. People know how good a hitter Mikey Perez is. They just know how devastating a hitter Xander Clark is. All right, so Ryan Johnston concedes the intentional pass to Xander Clark. That will bring up Mikey Perez, walk-up music and all. Mikey is due to come through. He is 0 for 4 in this game. He struck out with the bases loaded his last time up. And Mikey resets the walk-up music here. All right, first and second, 2 outs in a 7-7 game. Johnston and Perez. The pitch misses for ball 1 outside. Joey Cooper is on deck should the inning continue. Perez has flown out twice, once to the infield, once to right. He's grounded to third. He is struck out swinging. 1-0 the count. Johnston comes set. He looks to second. He looks again and he fires. Swing and a pop-up behind home plate. Trying to get out of play, and it does, just in front of the north side forward party deck. And the count is even at a ball and a strike. Well, a good amount of the 2,300 have left. This game is just waxed on. And we're in the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs. Go-ahead run in scoring position in the form of Jace McKinney. Johnston came in from left field to pitch in this game. Quolos went from the pitching mound out to left. He's a pitcher. You'd figure the arm is pretty good out there. 1-1 the count. Johnston comes set and he fires. Perez swings and lets a fly ball to left field. It is out of here. Portland takes the lead. Mikey Perez. It doesn't get bigger than this. The Pickles have taken a 9-7 lead. Actually, 10-7 lead on the 3-run homer by Mikey Perez following the intentional walk to Xander Clark. Oh, eat it up. So good. What a moment for Mikey Perez. Portland leads 10-7. Here's Joey Cooper, and it's strike 1 from Ryan Johnston. That looked to be a curveball from Johnston that was elevated and right at the belt, and Perez crushed it. A no-doubter to left. The 0-1 to Cooper is on the outside corner for strike 2, 0-2. 10 runs, 11 hits for Portland. 7-9 for Walla Walla. Last of the 8th. The 0-2 pitch from Johnston misses for ball 1. Mikey Perez 1 for 5 on the night. I told you he was due. After striking out with the bases loaded in the 6th, he hits a 3-run shot in the bottom of the 8th. His only hit of the game puts Portland in front. The 1-2 pitch misses for ball 2. 2-2 the count. And the Pickles have erased deficits of 3-0 and 7-3 with 7 unanswered runs. The 2-2 to Joey Cooper. Here it is. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Gets away from Teal. Cooper's going to beat it out at first without a throw. So a strikeout but wild pitch allows Cooper to reach, and it keeps the bottom of the 8th going and the vibes high here at Walker Stadium. What a team. That will bring up Daniel Lopez. Daniel is 1 for 4 in the ball game. He singled to right. His lone hit in the 6th. Cooper, good speed on at first base with Johnston on the hill. And the first pitch is at the letters to Lopez for strike 1, 0-1 the count. Game 2 of the series will be tomorrow at 7:05. Game 3 Thursday, same time, same place. The 0-1, Cooper bluffs a steal. The pitch misses outside, 1-1 the count. It's the beginning of a 6-game league homestand for the Pickles, heading into the All-Star break next week. Johnston pulls at the belt. There goes Cooper. Swing and a miss. Throw to seconds in time. The tag applied. Cooper's out, and the inning is over. But Mikey Perez cranks a 3-run go-ahead home run in the bottom of the 8th inning to put Portland in front 10-7. And the Pickles are 3 outs away from a series opening victory here at the Walk. Find out, can they finish it out? That's coming up next. You're listening to Portland Pickles. The right-hander on to try to close it out in a safe situation, and honestly surreal that we got to this point. Walla had leads of 3-0 and 7-3 in this game as late as the 6th inning, but Portland has erased it all and has taken a 10-7 lead themselves. And the strength of a 3-run home run by Mikey Perez in the bottom of the 8th inning with 2 outs is the difference so far as we move to the top of the 9th inning. Davenport is on to face Cesar Lopez, the cleanup hitter. The first pitch to Cesar is a ball, low and away, 1-0. It'll be Lopez, Hovey, and Philby, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, due up for Walla here in the visitors' 9th, trailing 10-7. Davenport on the 1-0 delivery. It's cut on and fouled away by Cesar, and the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 7 runs on 9 hits, 1 error for Walla. 10 runs on 11 hits, and no errors for the Portland Pickles, trying to improve to 13-2 at home this year. The 1-1 from Dav, and it dips in for strike 2. What a pitch there. Looked like a slider from Davenport for strike 2, 1-2 the count. To Lopez, the cleanup man. Came into the day hitting .368, just on fire. The 1-2 pitch to him is cut on and grounded foul at the dish for another strike. Of course, 2 strikes already in the at-bat. 1-2 the count remains. Lopez in this game is 1 for 4. He had an RBI double in the top of the 6th inning that scored Danny Sinatro, but it failed to score Nick Nyquist, who was called out sliding into home for the final out of the inning. Davenport's 1-2 offer, and Lopez cranks it foul just wide of the visitors on deck circle. And it's going to keep Jordan Hovey on his toes. And it's still a 1-2 count. This ball game is obviously taking a while, but you know what? We'll take it if we're winning. Here's the 1-2 pitch, swinging a foul at the plate again. Dylan the Pickle walking around the terrace with "Let's Go Pickles," a rally sign being lifted up. This game now started at 7:17 p.m., so we are what? My math's on an amateur level, but I think it's 3 hours, 27 minutes. Here is the pitch. Swing and a foul right off the dome of Cardenas. 1-2 the count remains. I think we've already gotten word that we've passed the curfew for the neighborhood area, so the public address has to be ended. I'm not sure if that's the case or not. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Lopez swings and lines it to right field. A base hit, second of the night for Cesar Lopez. And it's a leadoff base runner off Adam Davenport. Justin Barkis wasn't wasting much time in the bullpen anyway. There is a right-hander getting loose just in case as this inning commenced. Leadoff single for Lopez off Davenport. And that will bring up Jordan Hovey, another left-handed bat. That is one thing to keep in mind. The 3 hitters due up in this inning between Lopez, Hovey, and Philby, all swinging from the left side. First pitch in at the letters to Hovey for strike 1, 0-1 the count on $2 Tuesday. Just got to float that in there to remind you that things are $2 here on Tuesday. 0-1. Hovey with a lot of speed. Dav sets, and he fires the 0-1 pitch. It's swung on and fouled to the screen. Good to see the bevy of strikes being fired by the Washington right-hander. His college teammate Nierenberg was dominant the first time through the lineup in his relief appearance, but couldn't get the third and final out of the 6th inning today. With 2 out, nobody on, Walla rallied to score 4 straight runs in the frame. Davenport trying to keep things quiet in the 9th. The 0-2 pitch. It runs down and in for ball 1. 1-2 the count. Let's go Pickles chance still unceasing. 1-2 now. Cardenas sets up outside. Dav sets and fires. In the dirt, Cardenas backhands it to keep it in front of him. And the count 2-2. Adam Davenport yet to allow an earned run this year in league play with the Pickles. This is his 6th overall appearance. Yes, good call, thank you. Can't knock on enough wood after I drop that nugget. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Jinx be damned. 1 out in the inning. Adam Davenport gets the K, and Hovey is down swinging. And that will bring up Jack Philby, another left-handed hitter. 1 out. Ground ball could end it. Dav sets and he fires, and that misses down and away to Philby for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Jack in this game, he has struck out looking the last 2 trips to the plate. He's also grounded out and singled. 1 for 4. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Counts even at 1-1. Well, Philby, he has a chance to make an impact here in the 9th after seeing his future college teammate hit a 3-run home run in the bottom of the 8th. 1-1, the count. Dav sets and fires. Philby swings and sends it foul at the plate. 1-2 now. Philby, also from the state of California, excellent offensive player. Also profiles as a shortstop at UCLA. Mikey Perez, the better of the 2 defensively, but Mikey's offense, the 3-run homer, is the difference in this game. The 1-2 is a little low for ball 2. 2-2 the count. And of course, Perez also attending UCLA come the fall, where his mother is a renowned softball coach, multinational title winner in Westwood. Here is the 2-2 pitch. Ball 3. Unbelievable. It's almost like if you take the pitch, it's going to be a ball at this point. Jeez. 3-2 the count. Dav shakes his head. He can't believe it. 3-2. He comes set. He exhales. And he winds and fires. That is called ball 4. He couldn't bite the corner. It's a walk to Philby. The benefit of a couple of pitches missing. And it brings the tying run to the plate in the form of Robbie Teal. So Philby, who really seemed to have taken strike 3 earlier, is now on at first base. And that will bring up Robbie Teal. Robbie Teal represents the tying run, first and second, 1 out. 10-7 Portland leads. Davenport fires and Teal unleashes a swing. Fouls it to the screen. 0-1 the count. Oh, Teal not going to get cheated on this opportunity tonight. Getting a look at the pitch that was called low, and you know what, on second glance it was a little bit below the knees. I think I've just been conditioned to see that as a strike tonight. But a good take by Philby. 0-1 the count.
Here's the stretch and the pitch, and that is a strike 2 called. Davenport gets that call. And now it's 0-2. Davenport looking for a ground ball hit right at somebody and let the infield do the work. First and second, 1 out. 10-7, Portland leads. Dav comes set. He twists. He fires. Swing and a little ball cued down the right field line, but foul. Oh, Jace McKinney was chasing after it half-heartedly, knowing he couldn't get it, but he was just hoping that it would just land foul, and it did by about 4 feet. But it was looked to be a dangerous ball off the bat of Teal with 2 strikes. We've already seen Nick Nyquist single home a couple of runs with an 0-2 count earlier in the game. Dav ahead 0-2 here. He pauses, he twists, he fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Big strikeout from Adam Davenport. And there are 2 gone here in the 9th. 1 out away from a win. And that will bring up a pinch hitter here. And that is Ben Ferris stepping in to pinch hit for Zach Penrod. Interesting move, only considering Penrod was a big left-handed hitter and Ferris a right-handed hitter. But I believe Penrod has to come out because Krolos stayed in the game to play left field after being in the pitcher spot. Here is the first pitch now to Ferris, and it misses for ball 1. 1-0 the count. You had Penrod, who started the game as the pitcher and designated hitter, but then Krolos entered in the pitch, and he ended up staying in the game to play left field with Johnston, the left fielder, coming into pitch. The 1-0 now on its way. Called strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Needless to say, it brings Ferris to the plate, a .308 hitter. He has 4 hits in just 13 at-bats this year. But not a whole ton of reps for him. 1-1 from Davenport. Here it is. It's cut on and tapped toward third. Lopez a glove. Lopez a fire. Ball game over. Portland wins 10-7 in the series opener, erasing deficits of 3-0 and 7-3. What a baseball game. Huge win for the Pickles, and it sends another sellout crowd home happy. Portland improves to 2-2 in the second half, and they've tied the season series 2-2 with the Sweets. Game 2 of this series tomorrow. We'll go away, come back. Ice Bags with Mags and radio highlights coming up next. And Judah Newby, Mark Magdaleno, assistant coach, hitting instructor, third base coach. Max, pretty run-of-the-mill victory here tonight. I mean, not much to talk about. Where do you start with this one?
I don't know where you start to talk about it, but I'd like to talk about the end. You know, what you saw tonight was a great team effort. You know, our pitching staff pitched out of jams all night long, and we were able just to punch back until we got the knockout punch from Mikey.
How about that at bat? So Mikey comes up there. He's 0 for 4 so far in the game. He struck out with the bases loaded in the 6th. They intentionally walk Xander Clark. They don't want to pitch to Xander, understandably so. So here comes a young kid in a big moment, and he absolutely delivers. What did you make of that at bat?
We got to go back a couple of weeks ago when Mikey came first through. He was struggling, and we just kept telling. I told him straight up. We had a conversation. I said, "You're not a real baseball player until you struggle through 2 for a 26. Then you become a baseball player." also told him that you can go 0 for 3 or 0 for 4 in a game, strike out 3 times, and your last at bat, if you get the game-winning knock, the newspaper tomorrow will say, Pickles win, Mikey's the hero, right? And it came to fruition. You know, he erased the at-bats prior. He got a good pitch to hit in the strike zone, and he launched it. So you just got to see a young man start his maturation process.
How about for the team collectively as a whole? You erased deficits today of 3-0 and 7-3, and I tell you what, that's one of the most resilient efforts I've seen by any baseball team, but particularly this squad that lately has been playing in front a lot of the time, save Kelowna this past weekend, but you had to play from behind tonight, but ultimately still came up with a win.
When we were on that streak to clinch the first half, I think we had 3 come from behind wins then. So we've come from behind before, but when we were down a crooked number this time, we weren't down 1 or 2, we were down a crooked number. And the message in the dugout was simply, let's scratch one out here, let's scratch one out, another one, and we'll get back in the baseball game. And I said our staff will win this for us, and the staff came back and they won it for us. But they just kept fighting, right? So it was just a good old-fashioned street fight, right? 2 guys scuffling around on the ground, and we were able to get up off the ground before they were. So it's a great win for us.
You know, and you ultimately hit, I think, 3 home runs tonight with Clark, Cooper, and Mikey, unless I'm missing one in there somewhere.
You got him right. Barry hit one as well.
And Barry, so 4 home runs here. The ball was really flying out tonight. But have you seen a different pop? That might be an odd question, but have you seen a different power level with your guys in terms of slugging as the year has progressed, or has this always been there?
We're sort of a secret. If you look at the stats in the West Coast League, we're leading, I believe, the conference in slugging percentage, OPS, and different categories, and we score runs. These guys have bought into our 44 club mentality where you're just trying to do something to produce a run for the team, and then we get people on and we get people in a pitcher in a tough situation, and they have to make perfect pitches, and it's real hard to do that with this club because we can hurt you 1 through 9.
Over 2,300 on hand for this one, another sellout crowd, and it's especially cool that it happens at the beginning of the second half of the season after you've already clinched a playoff spot, but you're still out here at a magical environment at Walker Stadium trying to make things special again in the second half, Coach.
This was the loudest crowd I've seen here in 2 years. It was hard to hear yourself talk out there when they got excited. We fed off that energy. I say this every time we come here. It's a great crowd to play in front of. The other team comes in, and they don't experience this kind of stuff. We've been on the road now. There's no crowd like the Pickle crowd, the greatest fans of the WCL, maybe in the entire country when it comes to amateur baseball.
Well, they certainly proved it again tonight, Mags. Congrats on that win. That was a lot of fun.
Tonight. We'll enjoy it till a minute after midnight. And back in Washougal, Jody, Jessica, Ryan, Fred, and Bentley, God bless you guys. God bless Pickle Nation. We'll see you tomorrow.
Always a good night when the Canines get victory shout-outs. Appreciate it, Max.
When they get it, we win, right?
That's right. We'll see you tomorrow. That is Mark Magdaleno with the Ice Bags with Mags. Appreciate everybody tuning in on AM 860 The Answer, and, of course, on the Facebook Live. We'll say goodbye to the Facebook Live audience for this one. We'll go away, come back with the radio highlights of this game. If you're looking for video highlights as well, you can always follow the team on social media at Pickles Baseball, and follow the team's Facebook page as well. Every single home broadcast streamed live on Facebook and archived there as well. Go ahead and follow that page. Absolutely wonderful. We'll go away, come back. Radio highlights coming up next. Pickles win 10-7. You're listening to Portland Pickle Baseball on AM 860, The Answer.